You have that mic plugged in or no?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, but it doesn't sound that good.
Donnie had everything jacked up when I came down here.
Don't
I don't
blame him.
know
Don't blame him.
what.
It's what? Everything all over the place.
Yeah, the
You can hear
microphone.
me?
Yeah. Hold on a second. Say check one time.
Check.
Hold on. I feel like your mic is up too loud. All right. All right. All right. All right. What's going on, love? What up, though?
What up? What up? What up? Happy
Nice,
Tuesday.
nice shirt, man.
Ew. You know what it is. What's Q say? You know what it is. You know what the F it is.
Miss Nay was good.
What's
Wait.
up?
You all right?
I'm good.
That's what's up, man. Hey, close your shirt up.
It's
Why
a
are
tank
you the
top,
boob
and then I
police?
have a jacket. What the
Yeah, all
hell?
right. Close your shirt up a
He
little.
is the booby police. I can't stand him with that.
Oh yeah, I had to throw a jacket over love this weekend.
Whatever.
She came out with
Police.
lingerie on.
And love
Ooh,
was trying to
It
girl.
was cute,
you,
though.
love was trying to get caught, and you
He
ended
was.
up.
I'm trying to get chills. It's hot girl summer.
Yeah, we gonna explore that. We're gonna explore that for sure. Y'all some gracious, man. Y'all like garden tools, man. Dana, what up?
Well, hello. Good evening.
Hey, man, I'm just saying, man. I'm hearing y'all talk. I'm just commenting. Tay was good.
Hey, happy tantalizing Tuesday, y'all.
Put him in a fucking bedroom. Get him out of here. Come on.
Kidding me? Isha was good.
What's good, Hampton?
Ain't shit. Now I noticed once they complimented your hair, you haven't changed it in 3 weeks.
Because when it's ready to get done, then it'll be done. Like, hello. I usually 2 to 3 weeks. You know how we do.
That's what's up. Ro was good.
What's up? Good evening, everyone.
Bruh.
You sound like B, girl. Wait a minute.
You
Sound
been
like
talking to
B.
B on the phone? You been talking to B on the phone? Tell the truth.
Who you talking to?
Wow.
Sis, what up? You been talking to B?
Stop the cap.
What's up?
What's up? Nothing. You been talking to B?
No, not at all.
B said he's gonna be in Connecticut in a couple weeks.
Yeah. What you gonna
He's
do?
going to visit Nay and Q.
Oh, he is? Word? What's that about?
Because that's our good people, our good brother there. That's how you gotta say it, like how B was said. So he just
He's
hit us
staying
up.
with y'all?
Hell to the no. I don't know what he's saying. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. We can link up on the outside.
That's what's up, man. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, and tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. It helps the channel the most. All right, so we're gonna explore today hot girl summer. I feel like it was popularized back in 2019. Nicki Minaj and Megan Thee Stallion. Do you guys remember that song? Is that what coined the phrase? Is that what that came derived from, or did they steal it from somewhere else?
I thought it was a City Girls. Is that not? I don't know. I'm sorry. I thought.
Yeah, I thought it was City Girls and Cardi at first too. But
Well, I know. Based on when that record came out, Nicki is on it. I think it's her track. I think it's Megan's track. I don't know, but Megan raps first, so usually the person that raps first usually gets the most notoriety from it sometimes, or last. But people usually don't get to the end. So okay. So let's break it down. Let's define the term. I think that's always a good place to start. So what is a hot girl summer? What does that consist of? What does it look like? What do you do or not do? Go ahead, Ish.
I think first of all, it's for single women or single girls, because this old woman right here, I just don't have hot girl in me anymore. So I think it's for single girls.
Single. Now, let's define girls.
Like maybe not like early to late 20s, maybe.
Okay, so you can only be a hot girl if you're in your 20s.
And you have to have the energy for it.
Okay, so what do you have to have the energy for exactly?
Going out, being outside all summer long. I guess dating, getting money, outside. It's just being outside.
What was that last thing?
On the scene, getting money from these men.
Wow.
Real hot girl shit.
So like prostitution?
Whatever you want to call it, Hampton.
Why every time I say something, why y'all call me by my full name? All right, Isha Wildin. Tay, what is a hot girl summer?
I always thought it was just, when you was outside doing what you do, hopping from man to man, having a good time all summer long. That's what I thought it was. But yeah, some people ain't single doing that. So I can't really say it's for single girls or women of any age, because I see women out here of all ages having hot girl summers.
So hopping from man to man, pun intended?
Absolutely. I mean, like guys do. Yeah.
Oh, whoa. You try to slip that in, but I heard you. What do you mean by that?
Like guys do. Like, how y'all have fun and y'all out here in these streets. To me, that's what hot girl summer is. Like, she out in these streets, like y'all do.
Break that down for me a little bit more. You said the same thing twice. So what do we do?
Because it's not. Yeah, I mean, y'all out in the streets. Y'all out having a good time with several different women, usually one, at a time, at one time. So that's my definition of a hot girl summer.
So are you saying like relations or just hanging out?
Relations is usually involved, but it doesn't have to be. But for the most part, I'm sure it is on these escapades.
Okay. Ro, what is a hot girl summer?
I think you moving from, you go to work during the day, and at night you out in these streets. You either going to the clubs, it's the summertime. In some places you going to the beach. In Atlanta, I know they're going out to the clubs, they're going out to the lounges, they're doing big things, but they are in a certain age group. Because I've never heard of a 50-year-old saying we about to go out and have a hot girl summer. I ain't never heard that before.
So what is the age group?
I think the age group is like Isha said, it's between the ages of your 20s. I'll give it a 30-year-old, who ain't really got a job yet. She's she working on it. So, but that's her last summer, basically.
This shit getting scary, man. Go ahead, sis.
Oh, I think it's a little bit what they all said. I think you could be a little older than. I think you could be a little older than 30. You're a woman, and I think it's the spirit of just doing you, traveling, being with men, taking their money.
Wow.
So, sis, is a hot girl summer synonymous with a Jezebel?
A hoe?
Jezebel.
I mean, you're kind of pretending, you're acting. I don't know if you're keeping it going. It's for the summertime. That's a couple or a few months, and that's it.
In Connecticut, it is, sis. In Florida, it's 8 months.
Oh, in Connecticut, you only got 2.5 good months, or maybe 3, but I don't know. You're right. In Florida, they could do it all while it's hot. But summertime is summer. Summer is only a few months everywhere. So
okay. So name the activities one more time. I just want to understand what you think based on what you've done.
Dating, traveling, spending men's money, being with your homegirls, doing what you want to do.
So sex is not one of the components.
I don't think it necessarily has to be. I think it probably you will end up with someone, but it's gonna be someone you choose to be with.
Is sex more likely one of the components?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
And are you speaking from experience? Don't answer that. Love.
What up?
What is a hot girl summer?
I believe a hot girl summer is a combination of what everyone already said. You go out, you have a good time with your homegirls. You wear weather appropriate clothes. I don't believe sex has to be involved.
Like sundresses?
You can wear sundresses,
Do
absolutely.
you wear underwears under there?
Some people wear underwear in the wintertime. So
She knows some ain't an answer. Do you wear under? Are we? Because the guys want to understand, what does a hot girl summer look like?
I wear
be
underwear into my summer dresses.
Okay, but do the hot girls? So do you still have hot girl summers?
I think I kind of phased out of that. I still do go out and have fun because I'm a solar powered individual. In the wintertime, I stay in the house. I do not like winter, so I'm outside. I'm outside in the summer. I'm a summer baby, so I'm going to be in these streets, not having sex. I'm going to hang out with my homegirls. I'm going to drink wine. I'm going to suntan and sunbathe. Mm-hmm. I'm going to talk to people, mix and mingle. I'm still going to go to work, pay my bills, and not hop from dick to dick, because I don't do that. I'm going to enjoy my life, though.
Okay, so sex isn't a must for a hot girl summer?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Okay, so it's more like a Jezebel then.
What are you talking about?
You don't know what a Jezebel?
I thought a Jezebel was a hoe.
No, so if you read,
oh God.
No, don't call. Whoa. First off, don't call guy. He ain't coming, just us. He coming to this motherfucker here fucking with y'all? Nah. So
Jezebel was a manipulative woman. So
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
So no, I don't believe manipulation has to be. I just said what I said had nothing to do with the man. So I'm going to hang with my homegirls. We're going to be at the beach. We're going to be at the lounges. We're going to be sitting by the water. We're going to be chopping it up, laughing.
Oh, so yours is not the same as everybody else's.
I mean, kind of. They were talking about having a good time, though.
No, they were very specific. They said
you don't have to get money from a man or anything, but I mean, if it happens, it happens. No judgment.
Okay. So you disagree?
A hot girl summer is defined by the individual girl, and how I define mine is how I define it.
No, we need to define it for the audience.
Oh. Okay.
We need to define it for the audience. So you're saying sex is not a must, and getting money from a man is not a must.
Not with a man.
Sis and Aisha specifically said that those two things happen in hot girl summer.
Okay.
What you think? They're wrong?
That's their opinion. No one's opinion is wrong.
You think they're wrong?
Maybe that's how they execute their hot girl summer.
But you think that's wrong?
No, because again, nope, it's not. I mean, I just know.
Wow.
If a woman wants to be sexually liberal, right, and use protection, and also don't think sex is intercourse. Sex could just be oral sex too. So if she just wants to get her box 8, okay, like, come on, Hamp. Like, do we have to do this sex talk right now?
No, I'm not doing sex. I'm asking you, is sex a part of hot girl summer? And you backpedaling and spinning. You should be a running back. All right, go ahead and mute.
I played football. I was.
Good gracious. I just hate when niggas from New York start talking. Yeah, hot girl summer is this and it's that. Like, go ahead, Nate. Hurry up. Go ahead. What's a hot girl summer?
First of all, I think a hot girl summer, according to what society seems is like turn up, tequila, and twerking. I think it all goes together. Okay. That's all you're doing the whole summer. And to Isha's point, I do see it as single women, but there be some women that are not even single out there. So it's a hot girl summer. I don't personally agree with that, but
No, we want to know from your perspective. Stop, Nay. I know that you have a tendency to put all the bad and good and indifferent shit on other women. We want to know from your experience. I know
From
that you
my
always do.
experiences,
Some girl. Let me finish. Let me finish taking you to task. Some girls do this and some girls do that and some girls be married. Nigga, what about you?
well, this nigga here.
I never heard you say
I'm not
before.
doing all that.
It's shaky. Niggas start with. You remember back in grade school?
Oh,
They be like, "What's 7 + 6?" You be like, 7 + 6. Cause you really trying to make some. You trying to think.
Like I said, it's lots of tequila, twerking, and turn-ups. That's what I equate to hot girl summer.
Okay. And twerking doesn't have any associations.
You said, that's what say here.
What are you talking about?
So you just told me I
Nate,
say
stop before I release all my wit on you. It's gonna overcome you. So just chill. So
okay. You say so. Go ahead.
But does twerking does twerking say something though?
Does it? What do you mean? Does it say something? Like, is it a certain type of woman that
does
if
that?
She's
twerking, what does that say to men?
You with it? You with the shits? You ready to get it popping? Like, let's go! I'm twerking. Like, let's go.
Okay, so hot girl summer involves sex for sure.
I would say so, some level of it, because you know what time it is. Like, what you twerking for? You twerking and you getting drunk. You doing. I feel like you ready. You ready for the shit?
You said what you twerking for?
Yeah, like what are you doing all that for? You're not doing this. I just want to have fun. No, you know what you're doing. You want some man to look at you and you ready to be like, okay, I'm ready to get it popping.
Yeah, okay.
You're not talking for your homegirls. You talking for a nigga.
Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit
man.
like that. Shit like
I
that.
I realized what I got to do today. I got to get on her ass early so she start answering questions. Mike Brown with the $10 super chat. Love ellipsis. Do you participate in Freaknik activities?
No, I did not. When Freaknik was around,
Put him in the fucking.
I was young and supple and very virtuous actually at that time. So no, I never went to Freaknik ever. And first trying to call me old nigga. How you even old enough to go to Freaknik? Let's talk about that.
Why roll her eyes?
Because I did participate. I mean, I went to the AUC Center. I was at Morrisboro College, so I know what it is.
Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that.
ATL.
And not the virtuous older cousin. Note that.
Wow. Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that.
Dana, they wilding tonight, man.
We starting early, huh?
I'm telling you. So Dana, well, I want to ask you. I think we got some good well, let me ask you this. Is sex a part of hot girl summer?
I think it is the underlying motivation behind having a hot girl summer. It's going out and doing all the things that the ladies were saying, with the understanding that if shit pops off, then it does, and I have no regrets. I'm living carefree, and this is the summer portion of my whole phase, if you will.
Damn. Okay. So the whole phase is associated.
I mean, it could be. It doesn't have to be. But yeah, just to make it make sense.
Okay, so in order for it to make sense, it has to be somewhat related or associated with the whole phase.
No. I was just trying to make a comparison to make it make sense. But but no, I mean it's going out and understanding that I'm gonna do whatever I'm gonna do, and I have no regrets. YOLO, living my best life, and I don't care what happens. I'm trying to get into something all summer long. And that doesn't mean that it has to be like multiple people, like you trying to bounce around from dick to dick, but you trying to find something and you trying to lock something in and have a very good summer. Okay.
So is the hot girl summer, is there any preparation for the wintertime? Is that what you're saying? Like maybe you find a dude so you can be on some huggy bitch shit in the winter, or that's not really a part of hot girl summer?
No, I think it's more frustration from the winter time. Letting all your frustrations out. I've been in the house. I ain't been bundled up with nobody. It's cold. I'm lonely, and we still in this pandemic or whatever. And I'm ready to be outside. I'm ready to have some titties out. I'm ready to, have these short skirts. I want to drink. I want to have fun.
I want to fuck, I want to do the things. And, so I think it comes from being, just posted up in the house all winter.
All right, let me get one point of clarity for the people in the back. Love, we'll start with you. I can't see y'all right now. So, is sex a part of Hot Girl Summer? I need a yes or no answer. Love, we'll start with you. Then we'll go to Nate, Dana, then down to Tay, and then all the way to Sis. Just yes or no question. Go ahead, Love.
Okay. Yes.
Wait. Okay. Go ahead, Nate.
Yes.
Dana.
Yes. Yes.
Tay.
Yes.
Ro. Good God.
Facts. They don't know nothing about that dirty South. Facts.
Sis.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So, Love, what inspires you to change your answer?
Because I don't want to give long with the answer real quick, because it's all about part of feeling sexy and, feeling sexy. And there's other ways of having sexual activity besides intercourse. So yeah, if you making out and you kissing and touching, that's sexual activity. So that's why I said yes, because ultimately, you drinking tequila and we twerking and we, having a good time, and that sun's hitting our skin. We all golden, brown, and bronze. Yeah, you want to touch something.
So you,
but that's when you having sex though,
yeah,
like
whatever.
intercourse, like.
So do you ladies champion Hot Girl Summer? Go ahead, Love.
I do. I within reason, yes. I do within reason.
What does that mean?
Because like Dana said, we've been in the house all winter long, and I'm not a winter person. I do not like the winter. I hate the winter and cold months, and it impacts me, like my mood and all that. So when the summer hits and the sun's outside and the weather's hot, yeah, it's something that comes alive in me. And so I champion that, and having a good time, hanging out with my homegirls by the water, going to, wine festivals and whatnot, meeting new people. Yes, I champion that. YOLO doesn't always mean sex though.
You doing a lot of flip-flopping, man. You like a dead fit, like a fish that's about to die out of water.
I think I gave a very concise answer. Something alive comes inside of me. Something inside me comes alive when it's.
What'd you say? Hold on. What the fuck she said? Something come. Whoa. Wow. God, please mute. Dana, say something before she keep talking.
Am I a champion for Hot Girl Summer? Sure. If kind of, sort of, I don't know. I'm past that age at this point, so I don't engage in it per se. My friends don't engage in Hot Girl Summer. It's not something that we go around chanting. We got old knees. We drinking tea and shit, like
shit like that. Shit like that.
Hot Girl Summer's for girls with good knees, and that's just not. That's not our age bracket anymore. But for people who are younger or who are, who do have good knees and who just want to be out and having a good time and, going to and fro and partying or whatever, I absolutely champion it. It's good for your spirit. It's good to be out in the summertime. Everybody loves being out. Everybody loves a good day party. Everybody loves, all of that. But if you're speaking specifically to the sexual aspect of it, sure, I'll champion that too. I'm always a champion for sex.
Sis, do you champion Hot Girl Summer for the ladies?
No, it's gotten some girls killed. A lot of STDs.
Wow.
No, really, a lot of STDs. People getting snatched up, missing, kidnapped. I wouldn't necessarily champion it for the age group that some mentioned here tonight. I wouldn't do that. It's a lot goes on. You got to be smart. You got to have street smarts. You got to have good friends. You got to have good connections back to home if you're traveling. I don't know. It just takes a lot. It takes a lot more than just hopping on a plane or staying out all night on Miami Beach. It takes a lot more. So no.
It's just done dropped a bomb in this motherfucker.
I did not see that coming.
That's what's up, bro. Do you champion hot girl summer for the ladies?
I do. And I think that, again, it does not always include sex. However, it is sexuality. It is your sexuality coming. Seasonal affective disorder is real. I myself suffer from it. So when it's springtime, it's, you have clear skin. You're able to go outside into the sun. You feel better. Your energy is up. You do more. I think that is real, and I do champion that. I do agree with sis. You do need to be careful, but I do champion young women to go out and enjoy themselves, travel, and learn about different cultures, and that can be included in hot girl summer as well. It does not necessarily mean you fucking and sucking and doing all that kind of stuff. So it means a lot more than just sex, the activity.
Isha Tay, what y'all think?
Absolutely. Grab a buddy, have fun. I think that
Wow.
I think that women should experience, even a whole phase before you even get married, before you settle down. That's something that your calendar, and like, you know what I'm saying? Like, been there, done that, I'm ready to settle down now. Let's go. But do it away from home. You don't.
Put him in a fucking bedroom. Get him out of here.
You do it away from home. You don't whore in your town. That kind of stuff.
Good God Almighty!
I call that wisdom.
I mean, okay, so no, I do not champion hot girl summers, but I do champion women and young ladies being empowered in their sexuality. Now, that don't mean going to fucking suck everything, but in the context that we're talking about hot girl summer, no, I do not champion that. I believe we should be educated. We should be making profound decisions about our life and our future and our bodies.
Aren't you a sex specialist?
Sexual health and wellness coach?
Yes.
So I don't champion hot girl summers. That's very unhealthy. Have all these niggas throwing off your pH and you just out here.
No, we didn't say that.
He said that they need to be fucking and sucking. I said they need to explore cultures and enjoy the
I didn't disagree with that part. But I was just saying specifically to sex.
Oh.
Yeah, we need to be safe and educated.
I think every woman should be empowered by like getting up and leaving the money on a dresser. Like, I think you need to have that experience once in a lifetime. So.
Oh my goodness, man. Isha. I hope I hope people watching. Go ahead, Ms. Nay.
That was funny, Isha. Wow, I feel like this is a trick question here, but I'm gonna still say yes, I would champion it because most girls have a whole phase. So go out there, live your best life. You all gonna twerk, you're gonna do your thing, you're gonna bust it wide open, you're gonna do your thing. So yes, do that, get it out the way. So when you get into that mature space, then you can settle down. But every girl has done it at some point in their life. Especially if you went to college, you had a hot girl summer at some point.
Okay. Jesus Christ. Hit that like button right now if you can. It helps the channel the most. Like, share, subscribe. If y'all missed the first 30 minutes, man.
Wow.
You definitely got to go back and watch it, man. Good grief. Mike Brown in the building. David Murphy, I think he might be a new subscriber. Mr. Britt was good. You missed a lot. Kevin, what up, though? Hank was good. Oh, Rock in the building. Double R in the buildings. Mulatto in the building. We appreciate y'all. One pill says send the asteroid. We doomed.
Shit like that.
Good God, man. Okay. So we said live it up and do all this other shit. So let me ask this question. True or false? Women judge and date based on a man's future. Men judge and date based on a woman's past. Women judge and date based on a man's future. Men judge and date based on a woman's past. Miss Nay, true or false?
I would say that's true.
So if a man is judging and dating based on what you've done, is what Tay's saying, should we maybe take more heed to that, or what Sis is saying? Because could it potentially fuck up your prospect? Or do you got to go to Wisconsin and have a hot girl summer like Isha's saying so it don't fuck up your prospect?
You got to go to Wisconsin and have a hot girl summer. Because if he finds out, unless you're honest, you just say it up front. But yeah, I agree. It's true.
Okay. So you agree with that statement?
I do. I definitely do.
So as you look at that statement, and are you a champion of relationships and marriage?
Oh yeah, I'm a champion of that. Absolutely.
So as you read that statement and agree, and then in hindsight, would you still push and champion Hot Girl Summer?
I still would, because if you're being honest with the person and you come out and say, okay, this is what I've done in the past, they still gonna judge you for it.
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here. Come put him in the fucking bed. Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here. Come on.
Men that would say, you know what, I'm gonna accept her for how she is. That happens. It's hard to find, but there are some men that will still accept that, knowing your past. Listen, you know how many hoes out there married right now?
Yeah, there's some hoes married. Yo, look, you guys been on the podcast so long. You guys are noticing when people say some, it don't resonate well anymore. When you guys be out in the world, when people say some, do you be like, wait a minute? Do you ever have that thought like in real life? Like, Nick, you said some, you ain't answering.
Because I always would say all, but I'm like, you know what? Not all. So some. There are hoes out there married right now.
It's just a non-answer. But so, Dana.
Yes. Yes, Hamp. I don't know if I want to answer you in rare form tonight. That was fucked up.
I'm being nice though. I think Nay just she the double Dutch champion of the world, man.
Oh my god!
I'm from the Bronx. I love Dana.
True or false? Women judge and date based on a man's future. Men judge and date women based on their past.
I say false. I think that everybody dates based off of someone's future, because my past is only what I tell you it is, and so I'm only if you can't judge the things that I don't inform you of. If I don't let you in all of the way, or you let people in slowly and gradually or whatever, you let them know what you want them to know. So if this is a piece of information that I feel that you might judge me for, I might hold on to that one a little bit longer. May not introduce that right at first.
Is omission lying?
Yes.
So you're saying you're gonna make sure that you lie up front to bamboozle him, and then you say, yo, by the way, I had a train ran on me in college after he done proposed.
No, what I'm
not saying you had a train, but just like, is that what the hypothetical is?
Not saying that at all. What I'm saying is that when you're getting to know people, you're in control of how much information you divulge to them and at what rate you would divulge it to them.
Sure.
But along those lines, I think everyone is interested in the future more so than the past. Men are interested in what kind of if he's looking for a wife, what kind of wife is she going to be? What kind of mother would she be? What are her beliefs? What are her values? All of those things, more so with the future in mind, as opposed to the past. I mean, the past is always considered, I think, but I don't think that that's the sole. I don't think it drives men more than the future does.
Take a look at the question.
I'm saying both. I said false.
But look at the question. I understand what you're saying. I think there's some credence to it. Mm-hmm. But the judge part, and if you're dating a woman, you think that's still false?
I
I have to go off of what the men say, because I don't know. I don't feel like I've ever been judged off of my past before. So I don't think that men who are interested in a certain thing or interested in a certain type of relationship or at a certain stage in life are as interested in judging you in your past. I think that they're more so concerned about what you bring to the table now for the future.
What type of men are those you think that don't care about your past?
I'm not saying they don't care. I'm saying they don't necessarily judge you, because they are of the understanding that everybody has a past, and we're not in our, for instance, if I'm looking to date somebody who's 40 years old, I'm 38, he's not going to judge me so much for the actions that I had when I was, 21, 22, because there's growth, there's maturity. The same along those lines, I'm not going to judge him for his actions as a 21 or 22-year-old man. Because there's growth, there's maturity, life happens, all of those things. I'm not saying that you should disregard it and ignore it, but I think that they're less likely to judge off of the past and more so concerned about what you offer for the future.
You talking about men, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, okay.
Go ahead.
Let me get another answer before I tear Dana ass up. Isha.
Yes, Hampton.
So your man Dana in the corner talking about hit him with a honey bun after he proposed. Yo, babe, by the way, listen. I had this sex tape. No, let me finish. This is shit Dana just said. Listen, it only circulated around the business school. They ain't make it to the criminal justice school. True or false? Women judge and date men based on their future, men based on a woman's past.
I believe it's true, but I also agree with Dana. Like, you only know as much as I'm going to tell you. As much as I moved, listen, Connecticut to North Carolina, you're only going to know what I tell you. And I've never had a man ask me what I did when I was in college. Never asked me.
Really?
Really. They just know I went to a black school and I had fun.
And you don't believe that they all knew about your fun, and then eventually at homecoming, years later, they're talking about the fun.
She can't take nobody to homecoming.
Oh, I can't. I wasn't homie hopping or nothing like that. You can't go somewhere with that. I wasn't out there like that. But
you can't take nobody to homecoming.
And I probably wouldn't, because if I'm at homecoming, just like the men go back homecoming and looking at who they used to talk to, trying to see what she doing.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So you would be comfortable with taking your mans to homecoming?
Absolutely. What they would have said, oh, Aisha was a grown woman. Sure was.
Put him in the...
Jerome, what you think about the question? Because y'all wilding right now. Y'all know it too. Y'all chuckling too much.
I think it's true. And I disagree with Dana. I disagree. I think even if they don't ask, they're wondering. They are wondering. They're thinking about it. They don't, especially if you had sex with them, because they're like, where'd she learn this from? What, I think that in their heads, even if they don't ask, they are wondering, how the hell do you know how to do this? Or where did you get that from? Who did you try this on? It's not that they don't, I think that they do. I think men judge and date based on a woman's past. I think they do.
Yeah. Do you think if your past is checkered, how do men look at a checkered past?
So I think that they, depending on how confident they are, they can accept it or they can't accept it. As I said, I went to school in the AUC Center. Everybody knows each other. If you went to Clark, you went to Morehouse, Spelman, you all knew each other. So if one person was messing with another person, they already know. And when it's time for homecoming, everybody know who everybody messed with. So it really, like I said, they know. And if they know it, they can accept it. Then that's based off of their confidence or whatever the case is. But other than that, I do believe men have those questions in their heads. And as soon as we mess up or do something, they're gonna be like, I knew it the whole time. That's what they do.
Damn, okay, roll. Sis, Tay.
I say it's true. I think that because just come off of experience, speaking from experience, when I'm dating a man, I look at the potential, future that, I see in him. And I know that, I've had conversations that men do care about your past, and it might not be so apparent or as direct, but I think that is a deciding factor in terms of whether or not he'd see a future with you. I think the past does weigh heavily on that.
Hank the Basement with $2 super chat. Hank, was good. We judge you off of everything, ladies. Free game. Hashtag. Sis, love, did you answer?
I was gonna say something to like what Hank just confirmed. Yes, they judge us off everything. Sometimes we're being tested, and then we find out 2 years later that we were tested. When they're asking questions in the moment and stuff like that. So I've learned to just answer direct questions. If you have a question, I might answer it. Truthfully, I've learned to just do that. I can't volunteer information because we're always being tested. I realize that.
Okay, so as long as they ask, you'll answer truthfully. Sis, they can't hear you breathe.
My bad. Maybe 9 times out of 10.
Okay, so that's probable. Love, did you answer? All right. Damn. Okay, so how many truths? You said true or false, Asia, go.
I didn't really answer. I didn't want to answer. But
don't answer. I'm over it now.
Okay.
True or false?
True.
Nay. True or false?
True.
Dana.
False.
Tay.
True.
Ish.
True.
Ro.
True.
Sis.
True.
So, love, why were you ducking answering the question?
I think it's ridiculous because I know men judge off of your past, and I always tell them, don't judge me from my past. I don't live there anymore. Like, listen, and I'm not volunteering information either. Like, don't ask me what I did 20 years ago. Like, who am I now? Don't do that. I think that's just a sign.
So you think, wait a minute. So you're saying men's sentiments are ridiculous and therefore you just ignore them?
No, what I say to them is, don't judge me for my past because I don't live there anymore.
Wow.
So you asked me what I did 20 years ago.
Man, that's rude.
I graduated with 2 masters. I got a bachelor's. I bought my first home on my own. Like, yeah, just me. I'm gonna let you know that. But if you ask me how many sexual partners that I had,
he didn't ask you all that though.
But that's what that's the sentiment, the underlying current of judging a woman for her past, because you kind of lumped it in the very beginning. You stopped it. I'm glad you did. About, well, if you feel it's true, then what you feel about you doing hot girl summer thing? Like, don't ask me what I did. Like I said, like Retana was in there, doing Freaknik, bending over, backing it up like it's hot and all that. Fine, don't judge.
Wait, because nobody said I was doing all of that. All I said is I went.
You shouldn't be judged, little cousin. You shouldn't be judged. You virtuous. And so, what if you did that? If you was that Freaknik, you're gonna be in a documentary on Hulu. So what?
So
that
love.
Don't matter.
So why do you? So, but body count matters though.
Does it really? I mean,
well, you never answer the question when I ask it. So
I always answer it too. I always answer it every single time you ask me.
Every time she lie about that, she get put in the back. Gunny, what up? How was Asia and all the other places you've been stunting on us last week?
Shit like that.
Gunny with the $20 super chat. Hot girl summer mindset destroys women. Woodstock 2020.
Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that.
Time out, man. You be in time out more than my kids, man. Yeah, man. I did loop it in when I asked Nay, because if we know it's true, by virtue of knowing it's true, you have to reassess Champion Hot Girl Summer.
But
that seems logical to me. That seems logical to me.
But like I said, and some other people said too, it does not always equate to sexual intercourse, bodies, as you put it.
But most everybody said it does, though.
Okay, but that's the bad assumption that men will make.
No, the women said it.
Huh?
The women said it up here.
Right. But they also said it doesn't always have to equate to that. I heard a couple women say that.
I know. You're right. 2 out of 7. So
I think
the probability of sex is high, right?
It is. But again, I mean, I think the male ego is so fragile, and you got to be careful what you're asking, because you really don't want the real answers, y'all. Men, I'm talking to you.
What makes now? Why did you attack men by saying our ego?
No. I'm not attacking. I'm just giving a fact. I think that the male ego.
Why? Can you break it down? Like, what makes it fragile to say we want a woman that didn't have sex with a lot of men? Why does that make us fragile? Why does it make it fragile?
Because if you cut me off, I was saying men assume a lot. So if I was to sit there and say, yes, if this was a stupid question I would be asked, I had a hot girl summer for the past 5 summers. That assumption, this is...
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here. Come.
And now that I think about it, you did come to a lot of parties I was DJing. Sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to say that out loud. Go ahead. Sorry, my bad. Go ahead. Dana too. Go ahead.
But I didn't go home with anybody afterwards.
When's the next one?
I did.
Big ups, Dana.
Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that.
Go ahead, Ham. You can move on because you're not letting me answer. Go ahead. You can move on.
Nah, go ahead. I just was cutting you off because I had funny stuff to say. Go ahead.
You thought that was funny? It wasn't. So the male ego is so fragile, and they ask questions and they get the real answers. It lasts in their mind. It's engraved in their minds, and they bring it up at the most inopportune time, and you think that it is over, and you thought that y'all moved past it, but it will come back up. And that's the part of the male ego. I'll read Mike Brown's super chat. Mike Brown, $5 super chat. You buying a house, graduating college doesn't equate 20 years later either. It does.
Shit like that. Shit like that.
Mike Brown, but it does, because it talks to you about my dedication. It talks about my credit worthiness. It talks to you about how I was focused. It talks about how I'm not just new to this buying house, thing. I'm not just new to being dedicated and focused and being studious. It talks about my personality, my character trait, and my inner being. That's what it talks about. And that's what matters. Not if I slept with 5 dudes in 5 years.
Love. Now, come on now. This is not even devil's advocate. Are you saying that the number of men you slept with in promiscuity doesn't speak to your character either? Only the positive stuff? That stuff doesn't speak to your character?
Well, again, if we did the math like we did the last couple shows ago, like maybe a couple months ago, if you deal with a man, 2 men a year, right? Because you every 6 months, whatever, you're in a relationship, you thought it was gonna work out, y'all have sex with a condom, and then you broke up and you found somebody else. So 2 men a year, and you're in your 40s, and you started in college? That's more than 5, right? Men could potentially not do the math and think ill of that. And so why would a 40-something-year-old man, I'm reading super chat in a minute, but why would a 40-something-year-old man even ask silly questions? I think Dana said, we've had a life before we met you. Kevin 3905, $2 super chat. Thank you, Kevin. What you call fragile is a man being wise, love. I wouldn't necessarily call it wise, because if you heard the rest of it, and maybe not, because I got cut off a lot. But what I said, it was fragile because if I tell you the truth, and him used to always do the sound effect, you can't handle the truth. I want the truth. You can't handle the truth. A lot of men can't, because if you ask me a question, I answer it, and it doesn't go with the narrative that you have in your mind, what it should be. You will bring it up, not you personally, bring it up at the most inopportune time, even though we thought it was over, I thought it was over with. We moved past that, but it never went anywhere because you're still thinking about this bull crap that happened that I shouldn't have told you about. Like, you have to be very careful. Not everybody wants the truth. And that's what I mean by that. So if you think your girl got hit by 10 dudes in the past 10 years, you're calculating. Then you're thinking about, did she do reverse cowgirl on him too? Did she suck his ball like she sucking mine? Like, they start thinking like that. And it's like, don't go there. How is that beneficial?
But what I'm saying is, should she go there or should she preserve herself a little bit more? Because you're saying that the things that you want to matter, like what Mike Brown said from 20 years ago. Why doesn't the things you did that are not so desirable? Why do those things not matter? Like, you have to be fair, because both sides of the coins have to. If you're gonna equate one, you have to equate the other one.
I hear you. I totally hear you, and I accept that. But what I'm saying is, a number of 20 could be inflated in a man's mind. If I said I had 20 or 25 partners, that number could be inflated in a man's mind and stick there, and his mind may wander because his male ego is saying, oh my God, my girl had her legs up in the air and her butt chewed up for 25 different men. Not realizing that's 2 men a year for 20 years. I'm just throwing out numbers, right? No,
I got you. Let me read it. One pill with the $5 super chat. What up, though? It's not ego, it's disgust. We can't handle laying next to a woman who everyone had their turn with.
Wow.
But y'all want us to sit there and
wait.
I'm sorry.
Before you go on the soliloquy of men having bodies, we keep on. I mean, what about what the men are saying in the chat? I don't know all these brothers.
And that's their opinion. That's fine. Like, okay, they gave their opinion. I gave mine. I'm giving support on why I'm saying what I'm saying. But I think they're choosing to ignore what I'm saying. I'm not sure why they're choosing to ignore what I'm saying. I think just because they just want to hold in. Again, they want to hold in their mind about their lady laying next to a man. They're not listening to anything else about the character that I've had over the past 20 years and X, Y, and Z. They just want to 25 bodies. Like, come on, you got to listen to the other part too, y'all.
Let me ask then. Does anybody else on the panel think that the body count, the hot girl summer, the taking these trips, to manipulating men, the things that we named, do those things not also speak to your character? Or are we trying to say that those things are just seasonal based on what you were doing? Or do you have to add those up just like you add on your accomplishments? Anybody can answer.
I believe that it does speak to your character, or what your character was back then. It doesn't speak to what your character is at this present time. And let's use myself for an example. When I first came on, it was, I ain't doing this for nigga. I ain't doing that for nigga. As you grow and you learn things, your character changes. So.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Anybody?
Yeah, I agree.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I agree. Everything that you do in life, every move that you make is telling of your character and who you are as a person. But there has to be, along those lines, some grace granted for, like, you ever see those like Facebook posts where people are like, I hate the person that I was in 2009 and 2008 making all of these crazy ass Facebook posts.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. You know what I mean? You have to accept it for what it is. I'm not the same person that I was. I don't have the same mind that I had, then or whatever. Consider who I am now and where I'm going and the things that I offer for the future, as I mentioned before. But it definitely speaks to your character for sure. But people also can grow and change too.
I always thought about that, Dana. I don't know if people change.
I feel like people can grow. They don't change. You're right.
Okay. I feel like people can mask, like you can mask some behaviors and control them, but I feel like it's still you.
Yeah.
I feel like it's also like an interview. You're not going to go in there and they're like, how do you handle conflict? And you're like, I tell them to their face what they need to
windows.
You're not going to do that. You're going to try to say something that feels good to them. You're not going to really tell the truth. I mean, it's like an interview. So I don't know. You're not going to just list out all the.
She just said if they asked the question, you was going to be honest.
I said 9 times out of 10, but then I have to ask the question.
Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that.
All over the place. She said, "I'm gonna be honest sometimes, depending on the question."
Oh, okay. I missed that part. Sorry.
It's crazy as hell, man. Miss Nay, what you think? Do you call men fragile, or is it more what Kev said when men are being wise if they don't want a promiscuous woman?
Well, I honestly think men can be overly emotional. They can be. I don't know if I would necessarily say fragile. That's a tough one. Yeah, I don't think that they're being fragile. I think that they may be being cautious, yeah. But I think that men, to Asia's point, they can't always handle the truth of things. So that, to her, she would look at that as being fragile. I'm like, it's an emotion. Men can't handle it the same way we can handle you telling us the truth of something. So I think it's different. When you tell a man something, they're like, yeah, oh no. They're looking at you a little bit off. And so that, to you, I guess that would be them being wise, but they're just overly emotional. Maybe I won't say fragile, just overly emotional.
And I want to be very clear. I never said men are fragile. I said their ego. The ego. If you're going, and the men in the chat, if you're going to quote me, I said the fragile male ego, not men are fragile. Because I'm making sure I'm making it clear their ego is, because we all have an ego, but some are a little bit more inflated than others. So that's what I'm referring to, not men themselves being fragile.
Well, how important is a man's ego?
When it's over, say it again.
Go ahead. No, I was saying anybody can. Go ahead.
Oh, no, anybody can answer. Go ahead.
I think we both have fragile egos when it comes to certain things. Men do have fragile egos when it comes to knowing body counts and what we've done in the past. Like I said, they may not ask. They may say, fuck it, I'm just going to accept it. She sucks my dick well. I don't know how she knows how to do it. Whatever. But we're the same way when it comes to asking, a man about, I don't know, his income or whatever. We're the same way. We want to know how you making your money. We don't, depending on where we are, we might not in life, we may not accept, somebody to be like, I'm a drug dealer. You what? I can't date you. You do, even though, whatever he's doing, he's making money and, providing, but we don't want to accept that. So I think that we both, when it comes to certain things, our egos tap in, and it gets overinflated.
Okay.
I disagree with that part. Only because I feel like there's women that will be supporting a man. Yeah. There are a lot of women out there that will support a man. He'd be laying up on your couch and you still paying the bills for that man. So I would disagree with that part. And I won't lie. Have I done that before? Yeah. But there are a lot of women that will do that. They don't even look at the fact that, he's making less money.
Yeah,
to that point, we talk about bus drivers. I ain't going to date a bus driver. There are some women out there that will. So, yeah, I would disagree with that part. I don't think that's ego.
Yeah, but I mean, the most of the couches that he laying on, the woman ain't paying them bills either. And we know why.
Because she want government assistance.
Yeah, come on, man.
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him.
Matter of fact, I'm about to go lay on the couch. I'm paying the motherfucking bills now that I think about it. Okay, man. Interesting. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. So, I got one more question I want to ask. Then I'm going to drop the link in the chat for the fellas come up. If you got questions, comments, or smoke. All right. Questions, comments, or smoke. The ladies ain't scared of you niggas. So, it is what it is. Right, Tay?
Damn right.
Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that.
See my
shit
screen?
like that. Shit like that.
Yes, we can see it.
Yeah.
Because I
hate how you eating this chicken, man.
my homeboy got mad at me. Now he ain't talking to me because we in the club and he tried to talk to these women, but he married. And I told him, hey, bro, you need to cut that out. He talking, man, why you hating, bro? Well, I ain't hating. I ain't tell you to walk down that aisle. I ain't tell you introduce me to this woman and you go get that ring on your finger, got me out on this wedding, spending all this money, to come to y'all wedding to watch you come in this club and cheat and mess it all up. That's my money I spent on your wedding. I spent my money on your wedding, and I spent a lot of it too. We all in Vegas and all of that, all these casinos, and I'm spending all of my money. Nah, y'all stand together. You the one introduced me to this lady. Got me calling her sis all the time and all that. I'm not gonna be lying in this woman's face. Boy, you better go get you a drink. I pay for it. Get you a drink and sit down somewhere, bro, because you ain't finna. Nah, I spent too much money on y'all wedding. My homeboy got mad at me.
You wildin'.
Wow.
Okay. So you seen Boy, right? So what y'all think? But obviously the role being reversed. What do you do if your girlfriend wants to cheat on her husband, significant other in your presence? How you gonna act, Tay?
Well, I would not go on social media. If in the moment though, I mean, I'm gonna pull her aside and just say like, "What you doing, sis?" or whatever the case may be. Because most of my friends married and got significant others. So yeah, like I'm gonna take it to her. I'm not that type of person to go on social media and do crazy stuff like that. But yeah, that was wild. I feel like he broke some kind of bro code or something. Yeah, no, I wouldn't do it like that. But I would address her.
You would just address it directly. You wouldn't go viral with it.
No, I wouldn't make a scene. I'm gonna just pull it to the side like a friend's supposed to do, and holler at her like that. Yeah.
And now, when you holler at her, is it more like, "Yo, bro, you wilding, but I can't stop you," or "We need to get out of here"?
Nah, I mean we need to go. I'm looking for the first exit because apparently she done had one too many drinks or whatever the case may be. But yeah, I don't have friends that cheat, so I'm not in those predicaments. But if it was, that's what I would do.
Okay. Who else pulling they friend out the club?
I am.
Me too.
Yeah. What does that look like?
Girl, what are you doing? Like, girl, cut it out. Let's go. What are you tripping? Are you crazy? Let's go. Like, there's no even talking about it. I'm out. Let's go. If I'm leaving, you leaving. Like, and again, my friends don't cheat though. But if I definitely hold people that care about black women don't cheat. I hold my friends accountable. And so even she's talking about it, right? She said, yeah, if I was even with her, she told me, that's not cute. Why are you doing that? If you don't want to be with him, break up with him then, or divorce him, whatever. Like, but don't cheat. What's going on? Let's talk. But I don't condone cheating.
And if she yank away, you gonna wrestle her and all that?
I don't cause scenes.
Oh, so if she yank away, you gonna leave her?
She yank. Yeah, I can't. I'm not gonna pick her up and put her over my shoulder. And I'm like, you're whack, and I'm gonna wait till you calm down, to your hormones or calm down, because obviously you want this tonight. Go ahead, but we're gonna talk later once you're sober and in your right mind. Because once we get that orgasm out, we start thinking more clearly, and that's what it is in that moment, more than likely. So I'm gonna talk to her later.
Okay, Nate, what you saying?
I was gonna say I agree. I'm definitely gonna pull you aside. To Tate's point, I am not gonna go on social media and blast you, but I'm gonna definitely have to pull you aside. And if she's yanking away from me, then maybe I need to leave, because I'm not trying to be guilty by association at all. Because I'm not condoning that. And if I'm hanging out with you, like they say, birds of a feather flock together, absolutely the hell not. No, I'm gonna have a conversation with you, and I'm gonna let you know and let you sober up, and then we'll talk about it. And I'll give you another opportunity. But if I start seeing it's a pattern, yeah, we got to not be friends, because I can't do that. Because that's your character right there. Like, you like to cheat. That's not me.
Okay. So who not saying anything? Anybody?
I'm not. I am. If she's been drinking too much, then that's different. And then it's gonna depend on how their relationship is going. If she's telling me, listen, this nigga be outside, he be doing all kind of stuff. And then if she's in her right state of mind, we're outside. Listen, it's on you. That's just how I feel. She's grown.
So if her relationship, let's say she's married, since her marriage is in hard times, you saying what to her?
I'm saying, do what you feel is right. Do what you feel you need to do. I'll be here to the end. Matter of fact, where's his friend? You know, stuff like that.
Wow.
Okay. So you ain't playing superhero.
Not at all. We putting them capes on together, especially if that relationship, that marriage is rocky.
So you don't have so much value in marriage then. Like, do you see a difference between marriage and like a girlfriend boyfriend?
There's value in it. As much value as they put in it. If that man is outside and he got a baby on the way by somebody else, I mean, if it's something severe going on, if he's just dirty, abusing and stuff like that, then we just outside. That's just it.
So if he's not, then what happens?
If he's not, I look at the drink count and I'm like, you sure? You know, I'm asking a couple of times, and you know, if she's sure, she's sure. I don't think it's up to me. This person is grown. And when I call somebody a friend, like they're kind of, we're close, you know, kind of, I don't know, like real. So if you make that decision, that's just on you.
Oh, so regardless of the relationship, you just saying she gonna do what she gonna do.
9 times out of 10, whoever I'm friends with gonna do what they want to do. Strong-minded.
Okay, so all that initial stuff about the baby outside of the marriage, that shit don't even matter, right? It just if she want to do, she gonna do.
It's different scenarios. It's applicable. It's different scenarios.
No, but you said because I asked if it's not rocky and everything's copacetic. You said you with that too, right?
You're essentially saying, would I rather die either way? Now that I think about it, probably.
Okay. Damn. Okay. All right. So your loyalty is to your friend, period.
That's all. That's it.
You know what? But with my loyalty being to my friend and me knowing ain't shit out here, if that's a good man, that's a good man, Savannah. We got to go.
Yeah. Damn,
I agree.
Yeah. Like, is a good friend that goes along with you or that holds you accountable?
It holds you accountable. It holds you accountable. All 10 of mine, I hold them accountable.
I said.
Yep.
I said,
and if they don't tell me immediately, they eventually do, because they know that I'm gonna find out and I'm gonna tell them what it is.
You can't keep all 10 of them stories straight. You be telling the wrong business to the wrong nigga.
All of them, if they, not to say any of them cheated, but they know that if they do, I'm gonna hold them accountable.
Damn. So sis, what if she got a good man and she down in the dumps for some other shit? You gonna help her ruin it potentially?
I'm not gonna help this grown woman do anything. Like I said, I'm gonna ask a couple times. Are you sure? Like, you know, I'm gonna ask. But do I really know if the guy is good? No, I'm not with this nigga at home. I'm not with him 24/7. She is. So I can't even speak on whether or not that man is good. That's really none of my business overall. I'm too deep. If I know he's a good man, how do I know?
Okay. Frizz, how many friends you got?
Me? 3 or 4.
3 or 4. Bruh. One pill with the $5 super chat. Why is the cheating rate similar between men and women? 50% of married women. Well, shit, let me read it better. Why is the cheating rate similar between men and women? 50% of married women have a backup plan if all ladies on the panel checking their friends. I think you meant to say, how do married women have a backup plan if all the ladies on the panel checking for their friends? Am I reading it right? I feel like
yes.
I'm not following the question.
I think I got an answer.
He's saying,
I think I got an
if
answer
we
too.
hold them accountable, why do they cheat or have a backup plan?
Okay. Yeah. And, because the $5, you only get a certain amount of characters, or he omitted all punctuation.
Shit like that.
Hey, one pill. It's smart though. Like we could decipher it. Ro did a good job. She's better than
It's
me.
like we coaching our friends. We coaching them on how to leave him.
The thing is that when ladies do dirt, we do them by ourselves. So our friends don't really know what we're doing. Because if I'm gonna do dirt, I'm not letting nobody know. I'm gonna dip tiptoe out this house by myself, and I'm keeping it to myself.
That's wisdom.
Sometimes, but I feel like sometimes you'll tell your friend, like, girl, okay, so I want to do this. No,
they don't tell all of us. They don't tell all of us. They tell that ghetto monster friend. They don't tell all of us.
Yeah,
not even that ghetto monster.
Yeah, but I don't know how it is in y'all friend groups. But if I tell one person, all these hoes gonna know. Right. So I don't know how it is. Yeah,
if I'm gonna do dirt, I'm doing it by myself. I ain't telling nobody nothing.
What about your safety, Isha? There's not one person that knows where you at?
If I decide to sleep with this man,
I
already feel safe. I'm not telling anybody anything.
Okay.
Okay.
So you guys are saying
it's like a volatile. That's different, but yeah.
So you guys are saying you guys do hold each other accountable, but you guys also aren't transparent with each other if you're doing something that you deem bad or not good or whatever.
I think you're putting words in our mouth. So.
Well, hold on, because Isha said it, so I just want to understand.
Because I already know what kind of character my friends have. I know they're going to check me on things that I do that are unacceptable, inappropriate. So if I feel like I want to cheat on my man, I'm keeping that to myself.
Okay. That makes sense now, Nay?
Yeah, because that friend is gonna want to talk you out of doing something that you already want to do. She's like, well, I don't want to be talked out of it. I want to just do it. So she's gonna keep it to herself. That makes sense. I can see that.
Yeah. I always wonder how authentic women's friendships are. I always wonder.
So do you think like if you're keeping something to yourself, you don't have authentic friends?
No, but when you said it, and everybody like, yeah, that's true and all that. And even like Tay's example, where if you tell one, they're gonna tell everybody. I just feel like you guys' relationships can be like paper thin sometimes.
Is it because men have more of a bro code? So it's like y'all do y'all dirt and y'all cool with it, but we're gonna hold women more accountable in a sense.
Well, you do what?
I personally feel like we hold each other more accountable. We're gonna talk to. I don't feel like guys.
Hey, now you and I both know accountable is a 4-letter word to women. Stop.
He's trying to bait us into this conversation.
He was different. I don't know men that know me.
Hey, love, just don't participate.
Stop the cap.
What'd you say?
I said the guy in the video, that was actually shocking because usually most men don't do that. So I like that he did that. That's more something to me a woman would do. We're gonna be the one to be upset with our friend, like, girl, what are you doing? I feel like we hold each other accountable more so than the men do.
I feel like homie was just mad and he feel like he wasted his money. Like it really wasn't about his friendship. I didn't hear anything about his friendship. He talk about he wasted his money. I came to y'all wedding, blah blah blah. So what, you want your money back?
Yeah.
Like
he did that for life.
I think we're quicker to leave a friendship than men, though.
And relationships too, right?
Yeah. I agree.
Damn. Yeah, I think Tay's point was super valid. Like the video was funny. His delivery is funny. Like he probably got something else on the side, you know? But that video shit, to Tay's point, that's that cruddy. That don't make no sense. Like a nigga will tell, yo, let's get out of here. You know, the guys will do that too, you know, but never post it on the internet. And then his wife gotta know his friends. Right? So she like, okay, James ain't married, Jim ain't married. Who the fuck? You know, it's Jerome. That's my husband. Now she, you know what I mean? I don't know why his name is Jerome. Go ahead. No, love, you didn't want to participate. Remember?
But the statement that you just made, that's a different statement.
You're fine. Remember, you didn't want to participate.
It's a different statement. I'm only referring to the statement.
He was trying to bait you. Remember, you yelled that out. Just
no into that about the women's friendship piece. The women's
yeah. And I got you. Go ahead, mute. Go ahead, mute.
I can't talk about how you faking, how you smell men.
Go ahead, mute. Yeah, I don't like that. She talking about I'm trying. No, we just having a conversation. Hold that.
Shit like that.
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here.
Like that.
Damn. Okay. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend and tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. All right, go ahead. Age, what you gonna say?
I think that's cat.
Psych. No, go ahead. You can end that segment. What's up?
So childish. I think it's cap about you saying men hold their friends accountable when it comes to like cheating on their spouses or their girls, whatever. You know, locker room talk and barbershop talk is notorious for that. And the men talking about, yeah, shorty, I bagged her or whatever, I hit whatever. Like, they're notorious for that type of conversation. Knowing that you are partnered with someone or married or whatever. And so it's a known, it's a dirty little secret that's known. That happens in locker rooms and the barbershop. So I don't think that men hold one another accountable as women do when they know that they're doing something that we believe is low level or below standard of where we want to have our friends' character to be at.
Yeah, no, I think men just be talking shit in the locker room and all that, but you'd be surprised. Like at the end of the night, somebody niggas would be like, yo, take your ass home. You know, and that's all men be needing a lot of the times. It's just one, yo, take your ass home, bro. You know what I mean? It's much more simple than that. And how do you know what happens in the men's locker room? Come on, man. Like,
put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of
here. Hey, fellas, I dropped the link in the chat. There's been a lot of shit talking going on in the comments. The link is in the chat. So questions, comments, or smoke for the ladies. But I warn you, they nicer to me than they already are. Look, I got to stop saying that, I think, because I think people get nervous when I start talking like that.
They should be.
Let's go. Mr. Kev, what's good, man? Welcome. What up, though?
Hello. Can you guys hear me? You have me loud and clear again?
Yep, we can hear you good. Mr. Kev, if you got the same setup as last time, you don't have to ask that same question. Come on now.
Bruh. Well, sometimes it doesn't work. So I always double check. Trust is good, control is better, right?
Indeed. What you got? Question, comment, or smoke for the ladies?
Yeah, so I don't know if it's smoke. I want some clarification. I would like some clarification, ladies. Because, okay, so
hold on, Mr. Kev, hold on now. I need to know. Question, comment, or smoke. Characterize it so we can get the right energy.
Okay, I have a question and a comment. All right. So I'm going to have some questions and then follow-up comments because they grilled me the other night. See, so, so now I got some questions. I actually tried to go back and listen to what it was you guys were talking about. I didn't catch the whole thing because I came in late, but I did get the gist of the conversation. Mm-hmm. So are you ladies, is there a collective agreement that your 20s are for you and you're not really supposed to be looking for a husband or trying to find established family and stuff like that? Or what is the consensus? Anybody can answer that.
Absolutely not. I think that women who want to be married and who want to start families are on the prowl for those things in their 20s and feel devastated when we are approaching 30 or have reached 30 or have surpassed 30 without achieving those things if that's what we aspire to. So the 20s are definitely not just for, I think, yeah, I'll leave it at that.
Not the cap. Okay, I'm asking because I get mixed messages on this. I've actually told women this. I said, the preference for men is, for you to, kind of be in his life and already have a few years behind you. And then, somewhere between, 25, 26, you're already settled down, married, and you got your husband, and because you see women, get to like 28, 30. The average age of marriage for Black women, by the way, is 32. And I think that's when you add the additional marriages or whatever, I don't know, first or second, whatever. But the bottom line is 32. Personally, I think that's too late. Because men generally want you a little bit earlier in life. So that way they can build, develop, all that other stuff. And if you're going to, build a life with a man, then it makes sense to actually, link up with that dude somewhere in your early to mid 20s. So by the time you're 30, you already, you got your husband, you're done with that, all that other stuff and everything else. I call
Kevin,
it the smoke.
What are you saying, Kevin?
Because when I tell women this, when I say, see, there you go. When I tell women this, then we start, it sounds like I'm getting pushback already. I've actually told other women this, and
No,
they're like,
but
"No, you're not supposed to be doing that."
Yeah,
One woman was telling me she wanted her daughter to live her life, and I was like, "What does that mean?"
She
What does
said
that mean
she didn't
exactly?
say it. The mother said it. The daughter didn't say it. And as Dana
Right.
said, that with the collective is we do want to get married. We do want to get married. No one's saying whore your 20s away or don't consider being married. No one said that. I don't believe anyone feels that way.
Well, the average age of marriage for Black women is 32.
That doesn't mean we
That doesn't
can't
mean
marry
anything.
ourselves. What does that have to do with anything?
That means it's not happening in your 20s. That's
But
what
that
it
doesn't mean
means.
it's because we're not
But
out
men are
there
not getting married
wanting
in
to
their 20s
be
either.
married. Men are doing that. Like I'm sorry.
Okay, see, I'm gonna tell you what the problem is right now. You guys are
Tell
trying
us,
to equate
Kevin.
men. You guys are trying to equate men to women, and we're not the same. We agree to that, yes?
Well, men
So
mature
who are
slower
we
than
gonna
women
marry?
anyway.
So
We
didn't do that.
women, y'all can't do what men do.
Okay, so who
All
are
right,
we
and-
marrying in our 20s if these men in their 20s don't want to be
We're
married?
supposed
Well,
to
you don't have
marry
to
older men like
You-
Kevin, y'all. We're supposed to marry
You know
older
the
men.
Yes,
interesting
that's what
thing
he's
is,
trying to
Hey,
say.
all right. Hold on a
That's what he's
second. Hold
trying
on
to
a
say.
second.
Just be clear.
Hold on a second. Let's get a little bit more control so we can hear everybody speaking. So I think everybody's saying good stuff, but if y'all all keep jumping in and trying to whoop Mr. Kevin ass, it ain't gonna be a good ass whooping. Because
oh yeah,
if
they're
you
not
ever
gonna be able
jump,
to get me.
yeah,
They're not
if you
gonna be able to get me, though.
jump somebody, you end up hitting each other. If you ever jumped somebody before, so
Yeah.
So, Mr. Kevin,
Yes, ma'am.
what are you clarify what you're saying? So, are you saying
So-
that we in our 20s should be looking for someone older?
No. You can be looking at a guy that's closer to your age. 20.
Well, men closer to our age, men
3 to 4
closer to
years
our age
older.
are not ready to get married.
Why aren't they?
If
Look,
we're in our
so
20s,
men are going to get married. Men are going to get married if women don't push that issue. Why would they? If we're talking about hot girl summer, right? That's kind of the topic. That's the question on the floor. Yes.
yes,
So we're
but I
talking
got
about
married
hot
at
girl summer.
I got married at 25. So, and my ex-husband was 26. So we definitely weren't ready. I can tell you that now. We weren't financially ready. We had 2 children. We weren't financially ready to, we had to work, of course, but we were not emotionally or financially ready to be married. I am not saying that in a real, in a fan, and I guess you should, but I don't think it's very realistic for people to get married in their 20s, because I don't think that they are emotionally or financially prepared.
From ages 18 to 25, are people engaged in sexual activity?
They are. But
Okay, so why are they
financially
not going to add marriage to that? So I look at it like this: if you're ready to do that, then why can't you just go ahead and commit that to marriage?
Well, I mean, dogs have sex too at what age? What age do dogs have sex at? 6? I mean, come on.
I don't know what they do. I don't know what they do.
They have sex at 2. I don't. Again, like I said, that you just because you have sex does not mean that you are financially and emotionally prepared to deal with a marriage.
So why are we doing all the other stuff then?
You yourself said last week that you got married at a young age and you got divorced, and then you married the love of your life. So I mean,
okay, yeah, but and I would have stayed married had the marriage gone in the way I would like for it to go.
And I asked you last.
That didn't mean I wasn't ready.
No, you said last
ready.
week. Yeah. You said last week things did not work out between you and your wife because y'all were not didn't work. Yeah. So that means you weren't ready because it didn't work.
No. I was good. Look, I don't like bad mouthing my ex-wife because she's
I didn't bad mouth her, but you said it didn't work. It doesn't mean that it was her fault or your fault. You said it didn't work.
No. So when the marriage falls apart, somebody's at fault. Could be both people, but it's usually one. Somebody's at fault because somebody didn't follow the. No. Somebody didn't follow the plan.
My point is, you got married at a young age. It did not work, and so you said you found the love of your life at a later age. She might be younger, but you at a later age found the love of your life.
Yeah, and had I married the woman I'm married to now, then I probably would have never been divorced.
Okay.
I'm just trying to point to the fact that the age is immaterial, and if people are out here engaged in sexual activity, then as far as I'm concerned, you're ready for marriage.
I just need
some clarification. Your current wife a lot younger than you though? I thought that's what
Yeah, she's about 12 years younger. Yeah.
Okay. Kevin, I just want some clarification because you came on and you asked us the question because you're trying to make a point, but I don't quite understand what the point is that you're trying to make. I'm not being sarcastic. I'm not being funny. I don't understand how you're trying to relate the question that you've asked us and the answers that we've provided to anything. So can you kind of help me?
It is my general assessment and opinion, and that of other men that I talk to generally, that women should be getting married earlier versus later, because that's generally when men want to actually marry you. Versus
how is it a woman's fault she's not married early?
It's not. It's not a woman's fault she's not married early.
Oh,
and I'm not gonna. But the thing is that if we're doing all this other, if we're doing hot girl summer and then kind of finding ourselves and going all over the place and doing a whole bunch of other stuff, what is wrong with doing that with a husband?
Yeah. So I think some of the points that are popular, and Gunny, I see you, Scam Likely, I got you. I'm gonna bring y'all up. I'm just bringing up the fellas one at a time. I think some of the sentiments is that the 20s are wasted finding yourself traveling, doing the things that men aren't doing in their 20s, because men have to build their value up. Women are valuable based on how they look, right? So women aren't trying to get married in their 20s. You have to be intentional. And then also the women that men want, right, are the men that are also just sleeping with all the women. But there's a plethora of men that women aren't even checking for, that you may be surprised that if you check for those men, you might have an opportunity to be married and such. So those are some of those sentiments, some of those talking points. But I think you guys heard those before.
Yeah, I just can't support women saying that they're not ready, women or men, by the way. I'm putting this on the men too. Women and men saying they're not ready, but we're out here doing a whole bunch of other stuff that ain't got nothing to do with, even getting close to marriage, but we're doing everything else besides that. That's what we're seeing, right?
No. And I think that the misconception is that by saying that we want to have a hot girl summer or experiencing a hot girl summer is saying I'm not ready for X, Y, and Z. It's more of a default than anything. This didn't work out. Things aren't going my way. So fuck it. I'm just going to throw caution to the wind and I'm going to enjoy myself. I'm going to have a good time. And I have no regrets. But it's not because we're not ready or because we don't desire companionship or relationship or any of those things. It's we're coming out of this winter, we're alone, we're tired of being alone, we want to go flirt, we want to go have fun, we want to experience a good time. But it's not because we're not prepared to be wives or don't want to be wives or just don't have the desire to.
Okay, yeah, so I think we're kind of talking in circles here. I'll let Scam go ahead and go, and then
hey, Mr. Kev, you want to stay in the back? I'm just gonna rotate the fellas. If you want to stay in the back, then I'll just let y'all go at it. I ain't gonna interject. It's gonna be like fucking World War VI.
I did have some other questions that was from the other day, but I'll go ahead. I'll try to.
Yeah, I got you. At the end, we'll see if we can fit them in. Yeah. Gunny, I got you. Unlikely, I got you. Scam, what up though?
What's going on?
How you?
All is well.
Indeed. Questions, comments, or smoke?
Just general dust as normal.
Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that.
I mean, it's usually the same thing. Men and women. I mean, I'm equal opportunity troll. I've been dusting off women in 21, 22. Then I've been roasting men in 2023.
Word.
But they talk about marriage on one, like that's the goal over here. But everything in the conversation is everything other than marriage. Russell Wilson and his wife, that damn dress, body count, hot girl summer, all this other out of control stuff. That's over there. And marriage is over here. I don't get it. And then it's like, hey, how come the people aren't married? I don't know what the problem is. Then the men say, what's the women's? Then the women, it's these men's. Then here come the talking point. Protect and provide. And the men's ain't leaders. And it ain't about marriage, no way. I figured that out. So I just usually get on panels, find Dusty's and troll them.
So I have a question.
They started 2 years ago. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, so I have a question. Would you suggest that we just sit there and we just chill? We don't live our lives and just wait indefinitely for y'all to get y'all shit together so that we can be chosen? Because then that ends up happening too. We're not living our lives, just sitting around waiting. And then
who is y'all?
Men, us women, so there are women that will sit down and say, okay, I'm not gonna do all the hot girl summer or do any of that. I'm just gonna just prepare myself for marriage and still be like older, like they're in their 30s and still can't get a man because men are still out there and they're sowing their royal oats and they're doing their thing. They're having hot boy summers. I don't know if that exists, but they're doing their thing. So are you suggesting that we just wait around so that we can be chosen when y'all are ready? Because we can't get married unless we're asked.
The very point that you said, y'all and y'all men's, that's the problem right there. There's some dudes over there that are just dust and crust. They out there doing whatever. Yelling at the women and all the other stuff, insecure, dust, crust, all that crazy stuff. Raw dogging baby mamas in the street, all that. But when you speak to men, you only spoke to those men. You didn't speak anything about the men who actually marriage minded. But if women aren't finding any men that are marriage minded, or at least in the borderline, it's probably something that they're doing while they're dealing with Johnny Dust and Crust and Raw Dog running in them. But since men seek women, and I ask a million women this, they're talking about, man, these men's ain't this, the men's fat too, the men's this, and the men. Tell me about the last 5 men that you went on a date with. And it's usually Raw Dog Ronnie, Big Tony, Marquavius Jenkins. Some of them be a regular dude, but I can go take you anywhere in your city and I can show you some woman who's with a decent dude that got some class, opening the front door of a Mercedes or Altima or whatever. Dudes exist. They usually got some women. That woman did something and got that man. There's something she did, and it was in your city. I'm just saying.
So would she? Should we ask her next time?
Hold on, bro. Let me read this real quick, bro. Hold on, y'all. Let me read this real quick. Here for the tea. What up? With the $5 super chat. Great topic. I got married young and I have no regrets. It hasn't been peaches and cream, but there were. But here we are, 15 years married, still in love. One more. And then wrote
15 years.
Huh?
I was saying shout out to that 15 years.
Your word. Be love with the $2 super chat. Women gotta stop auditioning on their
shit like that, shit like that, shit like that, shit like that.
Go ahead, bro.
No, I'm just saying, like me, for example, I am single, I'm not married. But I don't get up talking about, whoa, 304s, whoa, these. Well, I do got fat jokes all day. But the women's are doing that. Like, no, the women that I've dated, it ain't a whole bunch of arguing and babies over in the streets, and that's not my experience. So I say good things about them.
Why are you not with any of them?
If I knew what I knew now, there's a couple of them I would have been with. But at the time, didn't know what I needed to know.
What did you find out?
Where did you meet your last 5 dates? Where did you meet them?
Where did I meet my last 5 dates?
Yeah, be honest.
Let's see. That one online. That one at the beach. That one grocery store. That one online. Another one, I'll just say networking. But the ones that mattered the most, where did I meet them? Mm-hmm. One in Walmart, one at the eye doctor's office, one at the club, one at another grocery store. Grocery stores used to be on fire. They fell off a little bit, but man, grocery stores, man.
Hey, Scam, question on the ones online. Was that dating sites or like you just hopping in DMs?
Dating sites.
Sis, now what was the follow-up to that?
I just wanted to know, because if women aren't outside their house opposed to sitting and waiting, how do you expect to meet these women? Women have to go outside you have to be able to interact with them. At the bar, at the grocery store, at Walmart. They might be at Walmart preparing to go on a trip, but you meet her, and then now you're meeting a girl who probably is going outside. But that doesn't mean you can't talk to her or continue to pursue her. But women have to go outside to interact with men.
Now, I'll put it this way. There is a woman in your city. She's 5'4", 122 pounds. She runs track. She smiled, and she can't keep the men off her. This is how this is.
So she runs track. Is she in high school? What are you talking about?
No, I'm saying
college?
Okay.
What are you talking about? How old are you?
Me? 42.
Yeah. 42? What you talking about running track? What are you talking about?
Huh? Okay. Simple.
No, did he? I'm sorry. Did he not say run a track?
Yeah.
Oh, he did.
Okay, runs around the track, as in keeps yourself in shape, looking tight. Those women got unlimited supply of all men just chasing it. And the simp epidemic, I'm saying they got unlimited supply. Then there's the one saying the men just don't want me. It's just raw dog. There's usually a reason for that. I'm just saying.
Just because they chasing them mean they quality men.
So what you're saying is it's just a luck. You just roll the dice, and these women up here are oppressed some kind of way, and it's only Marquavius and them checking for them. But on the other side of town, I mean, I'm just saying.
Why are you speaking for women though?
The same reason.
Who are these women that are saying I can only get Marquavius, whoever the fuck that is, or what'd you say, Raw Dick Ronnie, and like who are these women?
Ronnie. No, she was saying we gotta wait for these men to get it together. As in, all these men just ain't got nothing going on. There's no dudes with a job, no dudes in church.
I don't think
I think they have jobs here.
Huh? We say
some of these men do have jobs. Doesn't mean that they're a quality man just because they have a job. You can have
okay. Let me make it simple. Let me make it simple. Quality men, they exist. If you have to wait for men to get it together, something's wrong, huh?
I'm like,
I think it's
we have to read that super chat because it basically talks to what you're saying.
Okay, yeah. I'll read the super chat for you if you don't mind. From Kevin 3905. You have to become a wife for a husband to find you. Yeah. And
you have to be a husband. You have to make sure that you're husband quality because half of these men are not husband quality. But you're blaming it on the women.
Then why not talk to the other half?
You think half the women are? You think half the women are?
Hold on. Hold on a second. Let's get finished. I got you.
No, I say this on the cross panel on the dust panel all the time. There's dudes who are doing something with themselves. They're almost as good looking as me. They got a job and whatever. Then you got some average dudes that are okay, meaning in the right environment you can lift them up. Some of them might fall to the wayside. Then you got Marquavius and Marquand in them. They ain't gonna do nothing. They never were and they never will. I don't know why. I don't care. You probably don't want to be over there where they are. Same thing with the women.
Do something.
Then same thing with the women. You got women who are wives or wife ready. Then you got ones who are moldable, possible. Some might fall to the wayside. Then 60, 70, 80% of them belong to the nation of Wigwam. They all the way out of control. Nothing to work with there. The dudes get on platforms and complain about the nation of Wigwam. Like, why are you there? The women get and talk about Marquavius and Dusto Jenkins. Why are you dealing with this? How do you deal with this? I personally, a woman yakking and quacking and all the stuff they say the women do, I can't take it. I personally just can't do it. I don't know how to. So these dudes who ain't got nothing together, how do you stay on the phone and talk to them for 40? How do you do it? Repeatedly. How do you do this?
Is that a question or are you advising?
I want to know.
Well, let me read a few super chats real quick. Be love with the $5 super chat. Men and women always point the finger at each other. We got to look within ourselves and stop with the soul ties and superficial standards. Looks fade. Mr. Me Too with the hold on. Mr. Me Too with the $5.50 super chat. You want to read them? Go ahead, Scam. You can read it.
From Mr. Me Too, $5.57. These women clearly understand what they're doing. Let 304s be 304s and treat them as such.
He got one more. Go ahead. Sorry. Can you read this one for me?
Me Too, another $5.57. These women act like they're supposed to be treated the way virgins get treated in the past. Thank you for your super chat, sir.
Yeah, thank you, bro. Appreciate it. Be love got a few more. She says the issue is people wanting perfection. Mr. Me Too, one more with the $2.57 super chat. They stopped making wives back in 1962.
Wow.
What is his definition of that? I can't.
And one more. Mr. Britt with the $2 super chat. Bruh, who hurt you? This sounds like trauma.
Is that directed towards me? Because I'm chilling. I see I have a smile on my face.
Yeah, I think that was directed towards you.
Definitely directed towards you. Definitely.
No, I don't. When I talk about women and women I date, I say good things. I'm not damaged and all. That's not me.
I think he meant the voiceovers and the made up names. I think that's what he's talking about. And I don't know. I don't know. We really, honestly, do you have a question, or you just asked? I'm not being funny. I really want to ask. Do you have questions for us, or did you just want to make statements?
Well, ask the question. Supposedly, all these dudes just don't got it together. All of them. How do you deal with that?
We don't.
We don't. Because that was what she said. That means to know that they don't got nothing together. That means you had to be interacting with them, or be somewhere where they are, or be on the phone, or somewhere to know that.
100% of men. No one's saying 100% of men don't have their stuff together. We don't say some on the show. So obviously we don't mean 100% of men don't have their stuff together. But is it difficult finding a man that fits you? And every man that you talk to or date doesn't have to be your person. So let's be very clear about that, because it doesn't work out with you, and that man does not mean he's trash or I'm trash. It just didn't work out. That doesn't make him a bad man. So let's cut that out, Scam Likely. We're not saying that. It just didn't work out. He wasn't my person.
That's what I heard.
So okay, but I'm clarifying. So he just wasn't our person. So not all men are trash. Either all
learning. It's a learning experience. You date and you get to learn from the person that you date.
Yeah, no doubt. Let me get Unlikely and Scam. Did you have any last words for them? I'm gonna do open panel later. Yeah, in a few actually. Did you have anything specific you wanted to lend the ladies before you? And I'm just gonna put you in the back. You can definitely stay there or whatever you want to do.
No, all I got is look. Conversations have been had 100 times. The body counts, the 304 to this. The people just said no. They just gonna do what they want. Just troll them and get it over with. They said no.
Thank you for your support. We appreciate you.
All right, no doubt. Appreciate you, bro. Unlikely. How you say it? Just so I get your name right.
It's unlikely. Like everybody call me Lee. That's my name, Lee. But unlikely, So,
Unlikely was good, man. Welcome, and all that.
Man? What's poppin'? How everybody doing on the panel? Shout out to it. It might get risky, but what we here for? Yo, I just want to say this to the women, right? Y'all have moments that these men can't touch. Right? Men don't do the same thing. Like y'all don't do this. Like for example, right? Let me give you a moment, right? Dudes, in order for a dude to get on a yacht, in order for a dude to have a moment where he on a yacht and he in Turks and Caicos doing his vibe, he got to get to that moment. He got to build to that moment, right? He got to create that moment himself. Women could create that moment just off the next dude, right? I feel like this right here creates like a kind of situation where guys have like this kind of vibe where it's, I don't want to say jealousy, but it's like you kind of hating, fam. You kind of hating. You sitting here, you telling these women, yo, don't get a lot of bodies. Bodies scare me. Don't do the bodies, right? But then you add to the body. You ask the dude, hey, yo, she a virgin. You gonna marry her right there as a virgin as her father brings you over? He gonna be like, nah, I still got to get to know her. He trying to add to the body. Yo, don't let these dudes trick y'all out y'all moments, man. Go get your shit. Go get yours. If you if that's you, if you want to be a shorty that's gonna sit there by your man and you're gonna live through him vicariously, and you don't got no goals for yourself, you ain't got no moments that you want to create, you want to capture in your life, because it's still your shit. You know what I mean? I know the men want to say, "Oh, you my rib tip," and that's nice, but you're your own person, though. You your own person. Shorty, if you ain't got goals, what the fuck you doing here? We can replace you for somebody in the ground, you heard? Because I got a few down there. So it's like, yo, don't let these dudes who 10 out of 10, especially when it comes to black men, it's like, when it comes to the attractive ones, it's like, what, 2 out of 10? 2 out of 10 with y'all? So we talking 2 out of 10. with these dudes. These are dudes coming on the panel telling y'all this how y'all should be in. Oh, don't do that. A hot girls club. A hot girl summer ain't popping. Yeah, cause y'all ain't having no hot boy summer. Cause y'all ain't popping. Y'all ain't popping out here. You big boned, right? You big boned. You bagel thighs, right? Right? That's 2 out of 10. Most of these dudes walking around here, these black dudes walking around here, fat, nasty dudes talking about tradition. But a traditional man wasn't a fat piece of shit, right? When he took off his shirt, he looked like flubber body, right? So, but that's what they gonna tell y'all. So don't let these dudes try to pull y'all back, especially these black men. They ain't really about much. Yeah, they ain't really. I ain't talking about all of them, but 2 out of 10. Remember the ratio. So remember what you up against. So if you want to divest, I ain't mad at you because the numbers dwindling. All the dudes, and I know y'all seeing y'all go out, y'all see the dudes like, man, he a catch. And as soon as you say that, who behind them? Shorty. You know what I mean? All the ones that look good get caught. All these dudes out here looking stupid, overweight, out of shape, got these crazy ass mentalities. Oh, my girl, she can't come to Miami and she can't wear no thong on the beach. Man, shut up. Shut up. Yo, that's artwork. To me, man, God made that. God was like, huh? Look at it. Behold this bad bitch. Yeah? I never heard an artist say, yo, I want to hide my work. Let me go on Picasso. Let me hide the motherfucking work out of, bro. Show that shit off, shorty. Drop down, get that ego on. Let them see something they can't touch. Because you ain't touching mine, fam. You ain't touching Russell Wilson Ciara, the one that y'all keep calling this, that, and third, because she showed her booty out. None of y'all niggas can't even touch her. But y'all calling her name like y'all can smash. Keep their mentality. They just mad that they alone. Especially the black dudes, because the white dudes ain't talking like this. They not. They just not. It's them. So you don't let them fuck up your reality. Get in shape, get your body right, get it tight. I promise you, you'll find a dude that's at that standard that you want them at. But as long as you sit on their level and you let them hit you with this flim flam, this bullshit, it's gonna be what it is. That's all I gotta say.
Thank you, Unlikely. 2 questions for you real quick. Thank you. We appreciate your commentary. The first question, where are you from? New York?
Nah, don't do me like that. I'm from Jersey. Close enough, but don't do me like that.
Okay. Second question for you. So do you believe, because from my interpretation, what you said, you saying that we as women should keep our standards where they're at, not necessarily lower them.
Never set a standard.
Okay.
Never set a standard. Hold up. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Okay. No, I'm asking stuff. Okay, I'm wrong then, because I thought you were saying like, don't be out here, live your life, basically, right? That's what I got.
That's what I'm saying, right?
And so that's the okay. I'm tomato, tomato, fine. But yes, so live your life, YOLO. Don't worry about what they have to say. Understood. Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome.
Gunny, you want to say something?
Yeah, I'd like to ask Mr. Unlikely a question. What do you mean by women live your life? Could you explain that a little bit more?
Sorry, I got these blades going over here, and I'm smoking. Yo, this might get risky. Can I smoke on the panel, or is that a no go?
Yeah, you straight. Go ahead.
Straight. All right. When I mean live your life is, like, let me give you an example, right? These dudes, right? They'll say, and I was on the panel, and this dude was like, yo, if you got more than 3 bodies, you're a hoe, right? That's what I mean. Women could attract way more attention than you, right? Every day, a girl that's attractive is getting about 100 different type of, or a girl with a big booty, or a girl that got a cute face, or she got makeup, whatever it is, all those different categories. These women are getting a bunch of attention. And at the end of the day, if 2 dudes get through every year, 2 dudes, right, with a bunch of, a smooth cat might get through, get her, he smashed. Within 5 years, if she 18, at 23, she got 10 bodies. So now basically all these women hoes, right? What I mean by, live your life and have fun is this. You're going to have those moments. Don't let these men sit here and tell you, those moments is bad. You was wrong for that. Because you wasn't. That was just you acting off your nature. Just like men, once they get the value that creates that attraction that women already just get, and they don't even give a fuck about it compared to us. When we get it, we're like, oh my God, all these women want me, right? That same attraction, when we get it, we tell men to what? Yo, go have your fun, fam. Live it up. Even it's manosphere concepts where they like, yo, the woman should sit there and let the dude cheat on her, because that's what once a man earns his value, he should be able to. So we basically telling these women, yo, ignore your blessings. Let me get mine when they come through. So when I say live your life, I'm like, yo, do
bodies, so. And I apologize for cutting you off. If a woman has 10 bodies, you're saying that she's not wrong for that?
I don't think she's wrong for that at all. No, I think it's insane. I think it's, to be honest with you, I think it's. Go ahead, my bad. Go ahead.
No, so would you encourage any woman to do that?
I just did. I told you to live your life, shorty. If you are a attractive woman,
so you're encouraging women to go out and have sex with multiple partners. Is that what you're saying, brother?
That's not what I said, but this is what I'm saying. And this what I'm telling y'all women. You see this dude? You know what I mean? Like, you see what I'm saying? Heavy set, big boned. You know what I mean? Trying to tell me about women. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm saying. It's like, yo, and then it's black men, because y'all the fat niggas. Y'all the fat ones in the world. In the world, y'all the fattest ones. And I gotta deal with this shit. I gotta try to explain to a nigga that never touch as much fucking pussy as me about women. Nah, dog, go ahead. Yo, talk to the women.
Are you directing that towards me? Because I'm not.
You're not
with all due respect, but with all due respect,
you're not
brother,
big bones.
I'm not
you're not
fat.
bagel thighs. You not fat, nigga? What the fuck?
Excuse me?
Yo, what am I looking at? You not fat, son? What you talking about? What you talking about?
I'm not fat, brother.
Yeah, hey, yo,
I'm not fat, brother.
What's your BMI?
Would you like to check my physique? Would you like to check my physique, brother?
What's your
height?
I'm asking you.
Would you like to inspect my physique? I'm not fat, brother.
That's giving gay.
What's your height? Yeah, I know they do that. That's what they do. Because this is what black men do. They idiots. Look. What's your height?
I'm 5'11".
What's your height? You're 5'11". Okay.
I'm 5'11".
How tall are you? I mean, what's your weight? And what's your weight? Because you better say 180. Because I'm 5'11" and I'm 185.
I'm 205.
And you just lied. You're not 205, but you're going to say you 205. You're really 225. But go ahead and run that. Because your preacher man been running that line more than the cable guy. We see y'all already. We know y'all big bone. We call y'all bagel thighs when you get to the club. Like,
so let's say I'm 225. Let's say I am 225. Let's say I'm 235. Let's say I'm 245.
Yeah,
how does that help your argument?
My point is this. Is you type of dudes that want to tell women they can't do this and they can't do that. You fat niggas. Is y'all the type of dudes, you bald head dudes, you real African dudes, because I ain't African. I'm from here. But anyway, that's a different story. Right?
So do you think that men and women are the same?
If you get in shape, you're gonna start getting so this is what I'm gonna tell you. You get in shape, you're gonna get the same type of attention they get, and then you're gonna understand them. This is what I'm telling you. As long as you sit here as a fat dude and you don't attract as much attention as this woman to my left, this woman above me, and this woman over here with, I don't know, right, left, top right, top left. I ain't talking about might get rich. But until you're able to step in their shoes, right? Until you got a body of a fucking Greek god, or until you look as attractive enough where women drool over you, you cannot understand what it means to have mad bitches or mad the other type trying to attract you, bruh. So you gonna say and tell these attractive women, yo,
women are drooling over you, brother? Is that what you're saying? Women are drooling over you.
Yo, dog.
That's a question.
I would say yes.
Because we can have an intelligent discussion.
For my 34 years,
we can have an intelligent discussion. Are women drooling over you?
Yes. Yes, I would say yes.
Okay, so that's fair.
I've had a grandma try to take out her teeth just to get the nigga going. Talking about you the most attractive little pretty boy I ever seen at 16 years old. This shit been happening since 2nd grade. Teacher trying to fondle a nigga because I got pretty brown eyes. But yes, women been craving a nigga since he was young, and you don't live that life. And most of you black men, 2 out of 10. Don't live that
I don't
life.
live that life. I don't live that. I don't
Now
live that
look,
life, bro.
hold up.
You're
I know you
corny.
don't. I can
Dude,
tell you
you're
don't.
corny,
Look.
bro.
This is I know
You're
I'm
corny,
corny.
and you're funny,
And
and
I'm
you get a
corny.
lot of
Yo, blah,
laughs,
blah, blah, blah.
and
Yeah. Anyway,
we
yo,
appreciate
you know what's crazy
your
is
your bravado and your
if I bring a dude that's 2 or 10, he'll be on my point. Because again, you ever had so much pussy coming at you that you had to turn it down, my nigga? Because you scared, because shorty gonna be fiending for you like a crazy chick, bro? You ever had that much pussy coming at you, bro? Huh? Have you had women just like, yo, damn, you just
I don't need
I know
it.
because you can't, you don't need it because you never got it. That's the problem. 2 out of 10. They
Guys,
never
is this for
got
us?
it.
'Cause y'all going back and forth. Is this supposed to be for
Yeah,
us?
yeah.
Y'all got
Brother,
Nay,
if you want to make your point, go ahead and make your point. And make your
Never
point, and then
got
let
it, son.
me make my
You
point. Your point
245,
is
really.
that
You 245, really.
okay. All right. So I'm
Really
245.
265.
Let's go with that. Let's go with the fact that I'm 245. Right. Let's
So
go
you're
with the
not
fact that I'm
disciplined.
240.
But you want women to be disciplined.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead. You want to get out
You're
whatever
not
you have to
disciplined, but you
say,
want women
and then
to be
I'll say my
disciplined.
piece. Go ahead.
You Christian? You Christian? Oh, why? Don't say you Christian. I'll drop kick Jesus. Anyway, you 265. Ain't that gluttony, fam? Ain't you gluttonous out here? You telling women to be traditional. What man was out here hunting deer and
What is your
ox built like
point,
you?
brother?
My point is
What is your
this.
point?
Don't tell women how to live their life when you can't even fathom how they or understand. You one of them thirsty dudes. You done put numbers on women. You right now,
Brother,
you done
you're
put
embarrassing
numbers
yourself,
on
bro.
women.
You're embarrassing yourself. You're embarrassing yourself. You're embarrassing yourself because you're trying to put forth this bravado. You're trying to act like you got it all together, and because I weigh 245 or 205 or whatever the case may be, you're trying to prove a point, and you're making yourself look foolish, bro. Like you get tons of B's. Okay, what does that make you? An abuser of women? We're on this platform talking about hot girl summer, and does it benefit women to go out there and have multiple partners? My perspective is that it doesn't benefit women to have multiple partners because of the emotional trauma that it causes women. That's my perspective. So you can get on here and you can try to act like you're big and bad and you're tough and all, bro. You're a clown, dude. And you're making yourself look bad, and you need to stop it. Respectfully.
Hey, unlikely. Before you reply, let me just read these 2 super chats. Be love with a $2 super chat. But what about all the soul ties, kids, diseases? And then she also said, sex was meant for marriage only. Exclamation point. And then Mike Brown had this one earlier that I missed the rating. I'm not sure what he mean. Unlikely. Go ahead.
Looking like Kevin Gates. My bad.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You know what, bro? Look, you got your life, right? And you live in that box, in that circle where dudes could be 245 pounds at 5'11", and they, that's cool with y'all, But like, bro, all I'm saying is this, fam. Hot girl summer, yo, go have that. Go have that, shorty. Go have fun.
Go out and be a whore. Go ahead.
Yo, he ain't having that. He don't got a bunch of shorty trying to take him out. And if he did, he'd be saying yes. This is my thing. Is that they
I'm
mad about
married.
the double standard?
What are you talking about?
Well, not you. The concept of the fact that dudes will be
Where'd
cool
you
with
get from, bro?
if women was like, yo, I'm gonna take you on it, y'all, I'm about to treat you to this, that, and the third, it's gonna be a bunch of women. These dudes are cool with it, but they want to sit here and they want to try to chastise y'all, and they want to give y'all an issue about something they wish they could do. That's my whole point about that concept you just spoke on about the hot girl summer. It's basically them having a bunch of moments, and that's what's most valuable. Fuck this money. Fuck the opposite sex. It's about these moments that I'm able to gather with the most important thing the most priceless thing that I hold is my life. And in my life, I have moments. And as I get older, which I hope I do, what I'm going to cherish the most, the moments. So you basically telling women don't have moments, my nigga. You basically telling women don't have a. You basically telling the bad women that get invited.
Stop
Look,
fooling
bro.
the women, bro. Stop fooling these people out here, man.
How am I fooling them?
Advice to these women that
You see how they talk to y'all like y'all little
Would you give
kids,
that
like y'all
advice
can
to
be
your own
fooled. Like,
daughter?
what are we talking about? I never said I was trying to fool. Yes, I would tell my daughter to have moments. Yes, I would tell my daughter that to have moments and live her life. Dog, you do. Yo, he did the same. Yo, he did the same thing when he was a kid, and you added numbers to those bodies. You were out there probably out there and laying on that freak. What was that shit called? Freak Nick or whatever. You probably was out there having fun too. But yo, this might get risky. We contribute to it as men. But then
you give this
who is
advice
the
to your
opposite
daughter?
part of the contribution? Is it dogs? Is it cats? No, it's women.
Would you give this advice to your
women
daughter?
that's contributed to it.
Would you give this advice to your daughter?
What to live her life? Yeah, live your life.
Yes. Would you give this advice to your daughter, bro?
Yes, bro. Yes, live your life, baby girl. Yes. God damn, bro. You weird, bro. Ah, man. Yeah, whatever,
Get his
bro.
ass off.
Hey, yo,
Excuse my
look.
language. You goofy, dude. You give this advice to your daughter?
Let me
To
read
live
this.
her life? Yes. God damn. You got to
knock
say
it
it like
off,
6 times?
Let me read this.
Here trying to give advice to women that
Are
you
you
wouldn't
having
even
like
give to
an
your own
episode
daughter.
right
No,
now?
you wouldn't.
Are you having an episode? I would tell my daughter to
you're a
live her
clown.
life, and I would definitely.
You're a
Hey, yo, to
clown
be
and you're a
honest, I would tell
liar
her.
and you're
You don't really
pandering.
want to know.
You're
You don't
pulling a
really want to
Hillary
know what I
Clinton
tell her.
move on these women on the panel
Well,
because you're trying to pander to them to let them go out there and live their life in a way that's destructive.
I'm not pandering to them.
The same,
because those
the
women.
advice you're giving to these women, you wouldn't even get to your own daughter. So stop it.
I just now
You're a
said I would
disgrace to
tell my
black
daughter to
men
live her
and to
life,
black
have
people
her
in general.
moments,
Knock it
be
off.
herself,
Knock it off.
make sure
dude.
that she's safe, but be yourself, live your moments, enjoy yourself. That's what I would tell my own daughter. I would definitely not tell her to get with a dude that like you. So
why would you? So
that's
why
the
would you give that
opposite.
advice to
That's
these
the
women? Then?
opposite. The opposite is telling her to get with him. The opposite is telling her to get with him.
You would tell your daughter to live her life.
You know what, baby girl? Look, this is the opposite, ladies. The opposite to him is this: to tell my daughter, don't focus your whole life around a man, right? Don't have no goals, don't have no aspirations. Do whatever he says and be his helpmate, right? That's what they call it, right? If that's the word I'm sure, something like that. So,
Look at him trying to clean it up.
And then, yo,
where's the broom at? Look at him trying to clean it up.
Right,
well, hold on. Let me read. Let me read it.
Women got something to say, fam.
Let me read this super chat real quick. Be love with the $2 super chat. People have sex to fill voids, but need therapy. Unlikely. We actually had that conversation. And I did that equation where two people, you start having sex at 18, right, Isha? Correct me if I'm wrong. Right, we did like 16 or 18, and so she can get to 20 or 30, trying to be slightly intentional. So I think that there may be some understanding around that. Men will still frown on it, and you are right. Women are being somewhat manipulated by men, right? So they racking up bodies that they didn't know were unintentional. However, the hot girl summer, well, just real quick, right? The hot girl summer doesn't necessarily play into that. That'll play into promiscuity. So do we want to perpetuate promiscuity? Like, I can get it. They were fooled. Go ahead.
Hear me out, Risky. How is it promiscuity, right? If we telling women to get out, you're not gonna find your man in your house.
Yeah.
So the women can take that as, yo, let me go out. Let me find a dude. Let me go out here. Maybe the dude is on a trip too. I've heard women say that. I want a dude I would love to find a guy. I'm out in Turks and Caicos having a hot girl summer, and a guy is from DC like me, and he on a trip too. But these men, like this dude right here, he want to just be like, nah, it's just completely negative. And it's not. It's not. Some women will tell you that they found the man.
Don't do that. It's saying don't recommend something that is destructive for another human being. And you're saying because I look a certain way or I weigh a certain way, that I don't have the right to say something that is destructive to another human being.
All right, listen. Let me get some clarity to the points real quick, because y'all going back and forth, right? So let's break down some of Unlikely's points. There may be some credence there. It may be bullshit. All right, like that's very possible. So, Unlike, can you hear me now? Can you unmute it? Unmute yourself.
Yeah.
All
I hear you.
right.
Yeah,
So, so you're right. Like they out here, they trying to find a man. It doesn't work. You find another nigga, it doesn't work. You're gonna get bamboozled here and there. But the hot girl summer mentality is intentionally. There's no intention to those sexual escapades. She just out there only to have fun. What about that part? Do you think that is viable? Do you think that needs to happen, or is it sometimes things just don't work and you have sex?
So I will ask you this, Risky. In the man-woman relationship, who's the leader?
The man.
Okay. So in that little quick encounter, can't the man lead her into a relationship?
If he's being intentional, he could.
Exactly. So these men are the ones being non-intentional. They will sit there and they're having sex with these women, and they're running up their body count. Like this dude probably did it, dude next to me, and then they're gonna sit there and call them names, bro. That's what I'm saying. It's ridiculous, bro.
Yeah,
it's absolutely ridiculous.
No. So Lee, follow me, right? I'm saying that those do happen, right? Remember, I said that. However, that's separate from the idea. I don't know if you heard it earlier. The idea, the construct. Yeah, so the construct of hot girl summer is I know I'm just fucking for free. You see what I'm saying?
But the man's still the leader, bro. The man's still the leader.
But you understand the lot. But do you understand the difference in the logic though? Like she knows she fucking for free while she got bamboozled other times.
I mean, really women not really giving that up for free, dog. They really not they really gotta rock with you, fam. Like if you think of shorty, and I ain't talking about the Tatianas, fuck those ones. Right? I'm talking about the women that's, they grew up in nice houses and shit, but they, you know what I mean? They're gonna have fun. Like, there's different levels to this. Like, and as the money goes up, the level goes up. So we're talking about in the middle, like the middle class women, right? Let's say that the ones that grew up in middle class, right?
Sure.
Those women, they not just smash anybody. And I would say most women not. You show the woman something, you kind of finesse her. You throw something out there that entices her to think that it might be more. Now I've been there, and I've had women that will just do it, just do it for the gram. But normally, dudes are sitting there telling women what they want to hear, to get what they want, and they pulling back. And that's the discussion that I'm trying to have. We're not having that discussion. We're just trying to blame the women.
Yeah, no, we actually do visit that, and we visited somewhat last week. Asia, correct me if I'm wrong. Or maybe the week before. So yeah, we actually say that a lot. Hey, Unlikely, what do you think about this? What do you think about this? So I was saying I got a son finally. I got 5 daughters. I finally got one son. This nigga pretty cool, right?
Beautiful, man. Congratulations, bro.
Yeah, fuck them kids. But so
I feel you with that.
So with my son, I want to roll back his thinking. I don't want it to be like mine, maybe like yours when we was young, to smash a bunch of chicks. I would like him to find a woman, build and grow with her, and then that way nobody has to be promiscuous. Would you agree with that?
Well, see, this is the thing, man. This is the thing, bro. You can't stop the funk, bro. You can't stop this shit, fam. If your son is attractive, my boy, he getting to it. He getting it. Yeah, he gonna get it. It's reality, and these men try to run from reality, son. If your son is somebody that women look double taking at, they looking over the counter for him and shit. Man, who that? He got to do what he got to do, fam. I can't tell him his life.
He ain't gonna be able to fight it.
It's gonna be hard, bro. Just like women. If a woman is attractive, she got that donkey. She's sitting on that shit. You put a cup on it, and it's gonna be tough. It's tough
shit
for
like
them,
that.
man.
Shit like that. Shit like that.
All I'm saying is tough for them, bro. Y'all gotta give them some leeway, son. Yo, we be coming at them. Yo, I saw a shorty other day. So I was like, and I'm trying to tell. We be coming crazy. So like just to smell her. Like if you a real man, you really love women, bro. Like, and there's a bunch of us out there that's like that. It ain't just me. It ain't just you. It ain't just dude on the left of me. There's a bunch of us, bro, that will pull up on a shorty with the illest bop. Like, yo, shorty, come in the car. I'll buy you everything. Got roses. Look, they yours. Here, take them. Look, like, You telling these women to just say no every fucking time. Every time. Say no to 100 niggas every day. Every day say no to 100 niggas. Come on, son. That's cat. That's cat. Because I'm not saying no. not to everyone.
Like that.
It's gonna be one that's gonna get through.
So let me get. Sorry, bro. What'd you say?
I said,
sorry, ladies.
Like, share, and subscribe on Tuesdays, please. Thank you.
Yeah, whatever Rose said. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Unlikely done came up here and goddamn, he gonna be on World Star for the wrong reasons.
He got busy. Tonight on a Tuesday.
All right, now Gunny, it's only fair. I mean, I asked Unlikely a couple clarifying questions. Gunny, without being interrupted, although I doubt Unlikely gonna stay on mute. I know this nigga. He gonna stay. Nah, but Gunny, what were you trying to say?
I had to unmute myself. You hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, no, I was saying that, there's nothing wrong with giving the advice to not do something as far as the women. It doesn't benefit you brought this to light when you asked him the question. It doesn't benefit men or women to go out there and have a hot girl summer, but the topic is for women. So does it benefit women to have a hot girl summer? Absolutely not, because a lot of things come with that. Mental trauma comes with it. Sexually transmitted diseases come from it. Now we're all grown adults here. We understand. But when we tell people to go out there and live their life, I'm paraphrasing from what Unlikely said. We all understand that here. But when you say go out and live your life, you are passively encouraging human beings to involve themselves in situations that are going to negatively affect them in their life. Period. And that's not a good thing. So why would we do that? So from his perspective, certain people are not qualified to say that. Why not? Why are certain people not qualified to say whether it's healthy or unhealthy for women to go out and sleep with multiple partners when we know that that's not going to do anything but bring trauma to their life?
We said that sexuality was a part of it. It is not.
Well, hold on, bro. Hold on. Cause one thing I noticed, Unlikely, we like what he's saying. We let him rock. Now Gunny's saying his. We want to try to jump in it, right? So let's be fair for just a second.
I thought he was done. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I just want to ask some clarifying questions. So Gunny, with the logic though, if she start having sex at 18, is 18 a fair age?
That's fair age.
And on average, black women, to Mr. Kevin's point, the average age of marriage is like 32 or so, whatever the reasons may be. If we agree somewhat that men aren't quite there until we hit what? When do we hit our financial stride? 42?
Yeah, it's in our 40s. Yep, it's in our 40s.
So now she maturing and waiting, right? And she trying to find it. She working, and let's say it's 2 people a year. So 18 to 33. How many years is that? Who's smart? Ain't nobody smart. Let me do the math real quick. Hold on.
That's 15 years. That's 15 years.
So 15. So that's 30. It doesn't feel unreasonable that she could potentially have 30 bodies if she's dating 2 people a year.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys think about that?
I'm saying, baby.
I told you he wasn't gonna mute. I told you he wasn't gonna stay.
Hey, yo, shorty, look. Hey, yo,
hold on. It's not. It's 2 different things. We're talking about apples and oranges. It's not unreasonable for someone to go out there and explore and do their thing and look for someone. But the goal should be to find someone that you can settle down with, to where you limit certain access to problems that you're going to have in your life. So if the goal is to go out and have a hot girl summer and expose yourself to problems, that's problematic, as opposed to going out and trying to expose yourself to situations that are going to bring you.
Maybe she just
So,
well, hold on, like, hold on.
I'm sorry, Brent.
All right, go.
Yeah, because so Gunny, just like when I asked unlikely, I separated the two, right? So in the example I just gave, she dating, right? She trying, she looking, right? She got a mom and a dad. Her dad got her braces, so she got straight teeth. She pretty, right? And sis, don't sis do like this. Sis, you go grow up, nigga. You know, so but she can get that number of bodies just dating and just living life. So now she's 32 and she got, let's say, 25 bodies. Maybe she had a relationship for a couple years. That's fair. So maybe she got 25 bodies. Niggas all over the chat, right? They saying, hell nah, 20 is too many, 25 this. But if she just living regular, not even being on a yacht, just being pretty, like, are we shunning that? Like, how do we what's your summation of that? She didn't do it.
We are shunning that, and guys in the chat will attest to this. We are shunning that because the more bodies that a woman will have, it's not the same as men. And we can say that men and women can do the exact same thing, but they can't. They can't. This is the real world that we're living in. Men are the ones that are going to choose their women. They're going to choose the wives. So the more bodies that the woman has, the worse off she's going to be. It's not the same for men. So we're giving advice to women that we're going to give to men, and the outcomes are going to be different. So the advice that we need to give to women, even if it's 2023, we have to admit that the advice that we give to women has to be the opposite of what we give to men. Yo, try to hold off as much as you can having sex with guys, multiple partners, because it's not going to benefit you. It's not. We're setting women up for freaking disaster. We are. It's shit, man. Do a panel and ask a bunch of single women that have had multiple bodies opposed to men who've had multiple bodies, and do a poll, and it's completely different. We got people up here giving advice and giving women the same advice as men, knowing the world that we live in.
Yeah.
Nah, bro. That's morally irresponsible. It's morally irresponsible.
Okay. Ro, what was your question?
The question is, how old were you, Gunny, when you got married?
21.
Okay. And your wife was around the same age?
Yeah, we're the same age, born in 1977.
Okay, so
I'm 45, she's 46.
Okay, so were you familiar with how many bodies your wife had prior?
Yes.
You didn't have a problem with it?
No.
So my thing is, as we stated, sex does not guarantee a hot girl summer. It may be a part of it, more than likely. It's a part of it, but that does not mean that they are actually having intercourse or having sex. So again, to Unlikely's point, the experience is what we determine, is what we said determines a hot girl summer. It is not just about having literal intercourse. It means that you have opened yourself up because it's the summer. You're having opportunities, experiences, and things like that. It could include sex. It could include sucking dick. It could not. It could mean you just twerking every night on a man and nothing happens. It could mean, you got your titties out, booty shorts, all that, because that's how we do in Atlanta. But at the end of the day, it does not guarantee sex. So if I tell my 17-year-old, like, don't go to Atlanta during the summertime and hang out with your friends, I can't, should I tell her that and not have an experience because I'm afraid that she's going to be out in the street, she might decide she's going to have sex? No, I'm going to tell her experience life and have an experience, but be safe. And I don't see a problem with telling young girls to go out there and experience life and be safe and be smart, compared to what you're saying is not telling them to not go out and put yourself in harm's way.
So, Ro, and I appreciate your perspective. And now let me ask you this question. If you're trying to give advice, are you going to give the best advice? That's a question. Are you going to give the best advice?
That would be that. I have a 17-year-old. If she wants to go somewhere for the summer with her friends and hang out. Yes, I'm gonna assess the situation because I want her to have those experiences. Am I gonna tell her to go out there? Because she ain't gonna do that anyways, but go out there and shake her butt and open and have her breast out and all that. No, we're not talking about that. We're talking about enjoy your experience for the summer. Enjoy whatever it is that you're coming across.
And just so you know, my daughter's about to be. I have a daughter too. My daughter's about to be 19. So.
And she's probably gonna go out and have fun. You're gonna tell your child
and she's in college.
And I have a daughter. I have a daughter that's 22. So I understand. We can relate. We all relate. I have a daughter that's 22. She's in college. She's a senior in college.
Before.
I understand that. I definitely understand that. But if she comes to dad and asks dad for her advice, my advice to her, the first thing that I'm going to tell her is to not do this. I'm realistic.
Are you going to tell her to stay at home?
Years old. I understand what it's like
more
to
than
be
likely
20
she's gonna do it
in my
anyway.
20s. What's that?
Exactly. Because you don't
More than
control her, bro. Are
likely
you
she's
going
going
to
to
tell
do
her
it
to stay at
anyway.
home? That's the question that we want to ask you. In that situation, are you going to tell your daughter if she's like, Dad, I want to go to Cancun with the girls? Could I go? Are you going to tell her to stay at home? Well, or give her the advice to stay at home is what I would say.
No,
so you wouldn't. So you tell her to have fun too.
I'm not going to tell her to stay at home.
You understand my perspective then?
I do understand your perspective, but here's the thing. I understand what you're saying. Unlikely, I understand what you're saying. And Ro, I get what you're saying too. I understand your perspective. I understand your perspective. But the question is, when we're trying to give advice and when we're trying to tell our young people, when we're trying to tell other women what's best for them, the best thing for them is not to go out and
stay at home. Save the actual. Okay, so the best advice for a dad to tell his daughter at 21, if she's like, Dad, I want to go to Cancun. Now stay where you at. Is to say to her, no, don't go, because men are going to try to smash you, and you might be vulnerable enough to do it. Because normally, again, 2 out of 10. Remember what I said about men. It's 2 out of 10. If you've been in the circles of women, women will tell you that men are gross. Men are weird. Men be fucking it up for themselves, right? A lot of times, right? So normally dudes don't be slamming shit like it. Don't really be like that, bro. Now, rare occasions you meet a me and then you lose that battle. But other situations, you might be good. What I'm saying is this, bro. Let them have their fun, and you're supposed to trust your shorty. Now I see it. I see it on Instagram. I see the little fake, little funny little clips of dudes crying while they go to hot girl summer in Atlanta. But that shit be cat, bro. Women to go chill, get drunk, and be drunk as hell, chilling with their friends, bro. Dead ass. Be chilling straight with it. Now, there's some of them that go out there, they'll run into somebody that's smooth enough, but that's a rare breed. Remember, you 5'11", 265. That's not the what. Never mind.
I like how you had to slide that one in there.
At the end of the day, you're gonna tell your child to be safe. You're
I
not
like
gonna tell them to go out there and fuck around.
No, they will, man.
Yeah, you gotta
tell you guys do not. 2 out of 10.
One thing I want to push back on is the mother advising those daughters. I think it got to come from their father. I think the father can have much more impact, and you cannot stop her from doing. But you have to give her advisement, and you got to give her the game, right? To try to handicap her, it's probably gonna have an adverse effect to what you actually were, trying to accomplish. Like for instance, my daughters, no curfew, but I just gotta pick you up and drop you off. So if I gotta come back at 4 a.m., cool, right? If right, because you still can stay out, you know what I mean? You don't know if I'm in the parking lot, but I ain't gonna call you or nothing, right? But so it give them that freedom, but also like, okay, I still have this covering. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta help the kid. Yeah, but at the same time, the morals, values, and principles, huh? Yeah, just the morals and values and principles. They also belong to me, so it's my responsibility. But the morals, values, and principles that I'm gonna instill, those gotta stick. Your kids have to hear your voice when you're not there, and you gotta hope for the best. And if one of my daughters give it up, I want her to be the girl. Like, are you serious? You smashed such and such? Like, I want her to be that girl, not, oh, nigga, I was there yesterday. That's not, you know what I mean? So, because how much can you control when it's real, when the bullets start flying? You know what I mean? So, damn.
That's what I was saying to you, Gunny. Basically,
No, that's true, yo. But yo, let me get up out of here. Let me let another dude hop on. You feel me, yo? It might get risky. I told you it was gonna get risky. I appreciate. I appreciate you having me up. To the ladies, how to all y'all.
Hey, Likely, real quick.
Yo, for real.
Take my info down from the private chat and all that. Hit me.
I bet.
Hey, Lee, check it out. Some real quick advice, though, man. You gotta be able to get your points across without personally insulting people. Because you
Kevin,
lose
shut up.
effectiveness.
Because you know what time I be on, Kevin.
I know.
You know
you lose effectiveness.
Kevin,
people shut down.
You know where we from, Kevin.
I got you.
You know we from Fight Club. You know what time it is. It's extra spicy. His channel called It Might Get Risky. What the fuck?
I try to make my points without personally insulting people, though.
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here.
Shut down.
Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
But yeah.
Yo,
give me the fuck out.
Good seeing
you. Yo, shout out to everybody, yo. Much love. Peace.
Be safe, bro.
Bye.
Y'all too. Bye.
The question I would have is, so look, there's nothing wrong with young ladies and even men enjoying themselves, but at some point, you got to get serious about life. And so, because for example, my daughter in her freshman year of college, she went off to London. I paid for it. Had no issues with it. I just gave her some guidance to talk to her about being safe, and looking out for possible issues and problems, and a little bit about boys, but not so much because I knew how she was raised. And I look at it like this. Look, I got them to 18. No kids out of wedlock. No arrests. Nobody went to jail. No all this other no major problems and issues. Once they become an adult, every decision they make after that is on their own. All right, now I can support them in certain things, but you can't look at me after I gave you all the life lessons. I gave you the answers, and then you go against that. So, and I raised my daughters to focus on actually being wives and mothers. Whether they do that or not, that's up to them. But if they meet a nice man and he's ready and he's available for marriage and they're available for marriage, then I just don't see how 3 or 4 years of hot girl summers, or actually an extended period of that, gets you to wifehood. I just don't see how that helps you. And if you guys can't explain that, how that helps you, then how is it? Then how's that productive as a woman? Or
they can't explain. No one can explain.
No one on here said it was for us, though. So you guys are
right. They don't listen.
Well,
nobody said that. Nobody said that. Nobody said it's to get us to wifehood, and okay, because it's 11:30 at night. Nobody said that. While we are out enjoying the summer, we are out with our homegirls. We may be twerking. Fine, we are dancing. Fine, we're gonna do a two-step. We're gonna do the two-step. We're gonna do the roundhouse. Whatever old time dance. We're out dancing, having a good time with our friends by the water, on the beach, traveling, because we're single right now. A man should not be intimidated. If he wanted it like that, then wife me up then. We're not out here laying it low and spreading it wide just because we're enjoying the summer with the sun on our skin. No one is saying that. No, nobody is saying that. Nobody has said that on this panel. It is, we are having a time because we were cooped up in the house in the wintertime. Some of us are impacted negatively by the cold weather. It's hot. We're going to be outside dressed appropriately for the weather, and we're going to enjoy our lives. That is not
you keep watering that.
Sex. It's not equating.
You keep watering it down. You're watering it down.
If you were listening, I never changed my statement from what I said earlier today. Never.
I'm listening to you right now. You're watering it down. You're talking about out in the summer, listening to Will Smith, having a good time, listening to summertime.
We're not doing that. We've had Scam likely to make the bumpet voices. We don't need you to do that tonight.
I'm not doing that. I'm talking about your point. You're watering it down.
It's not a watered down point.
For women to go out and act like whores.
No, you're not listening. You can sit there and say whores as slow as you want to. Nobody said that. And my point hours ago was never to do that. Hemp acts as it equates to sex. I said no. I said absolutely not. It's not equate to having sex. Maybe because your mind is in the gutter, you think because women are wearing sundresses, women are having sex.
No, it's not. My mind. We're talking about the general idea of what hot girl summer is.
On the panel,
we're talking about, and
panel's
come on,
of the country, and we all said it does not always equate to sex. It can't
No, so
happen.
just to clarify, when I went around the room and asked, "Is sex a part of hot girl summer?" the majority said yes. So including
not intercourse.
Thank you.
I said not intercourse.
Don't. I mean this, but like this in terms of when I asked the question, yes was said. So he's probably just addressing that.
Yeah, I got a question.
So I'm not watering it down because I'm saying the same thing I said earlier. So I didn't go into details again. Correct. I did not go into details again, but I'm definitely not watering down what I said earlier today. Absolutely not. My answer has not changed.
Let me read this real quick.
I'll go ahead and read the super chat.
Go ahead.
B-Love, $4.99. Shout out to you. I have a 21-year-old daughter. I keep it real with her, but educate her at the same time. I'm realistic. Okay. All right. That's good.
Yeah.
I had a question. Is hot girl okay? I'm just trying to get the right definition because because a lot of people push narrative. I do it too. You're damn right. I'm a troll. I mean, come on. But when they say girls trip, do you mean just a regular girls trip or people being out of control? Or when you say hot girl summer, does it mean a regular girls trip or people just acting a damn fool and going out of control? Like, where's the bar?
I can answer that, Scam. I can answer that.
You're not a girl, Gunny. You're not a girl. Gunny, you're not a girl.
Then I identify as a girl for this. I identify as a girl for this question.
You're not a girl tonight.
I identify. I got long hair. I identify as a girl for this question.
No, Gunny.
No, Gunny. No, Gunny.
Go ahead,
No,
Tay.
Gunny.
All right.
Go ahead, Tay.
Because none of y'all want to answer it. None of y'all want to be truthful.
No,
Love wants to sugarcoat it and make it seem like everybody's out there listening to Will Smith.
Can I ask one person?
You didn't even respond, Gunny.
Can I ask one person?
Relax. You did not have that official same type of energy with that
hot
nigga.
girl
So hold
summer
up.
and girls trips are two different things.
I'm trying to figure out which one is
things.
a regular trip and which one is people acting out of control. Just so I know.
Personally, I'm gonna say hot girl summer is more out of control because that gives you the right to be like, okay, we gonna be turning up, tequila, twerking. When you go on a girls trip, you might be going for your peace of mind. You might be just going to have fun. You're just going away. That doesn't equate to, we're gonna do all the craziness. The fact that people even say, I'm gonna have a hot girl summer, you already know what that's gonna entail. I wanna have a hot girl summer. You wanna just be thotting and bopping most of the time.
Okay. That's fair. So we know what the bar is.
Women that go on girls trips too, and they're not doing anything crazy. And I think that.
Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Miss May.
I'm just trying to find out where the bar is, because so somebody can't say, "Well, no, hot girl summer, they could be reading the Bible," but now we're saying hot girl summer is out of control. Cool.
I personally think
that's not for me.
I looked up the definition.
I'm talking about just. Because implied meaning means more than the real meaning. Like, what meaning are we going by for the conversation? Are we saying that it's out of control?
The hot girl summer would be considered more out of control.
Okay.
Yeah, girls just at any age, and you can be married, you can be you can be single, and hot girl summer. It sounds like we were all kind of saying it's more so single women, although there are women that be married. So I'm a hot girl summer.
No, all right, hold on, Nate, because it just you gotta. We trying to have the conversation. You have to give a more of a pointed answer. So the hot girl summer is the one that's out of control for the sake of the conversation. All right, cool.
Yes. In my opinion, yes.
How many times do you need to do that before you actually get to? The reason I'm asking about wifehood and I keep actually going into that direction is that we have women out here saying, well, men aren't getting married. I'm not getting this. I'm not getting that. You know, families aren't being built. Communities aren't being built. Infrastructure, economics, all this other stuff to include generational wealth. How do you get to that if your focus is if you know, I can understand, you know, one or even two, but you know, you're going to extend that out to the point where your first your marriage is at 32 when you could easily be married by 24, 25 or 26.
That's too young.
Kevin, I thought we
are marrying them 20-year-olds.
You have
why do we give these people? Why do we give them so little credit for their maturity? I look at it like this, and I'm gonna say this again: if you guys are out here engaged in sexual activity and out here doing stuff, then what's wrong with adding marriage to that with somebody that you're actually connected to, in love with, and want to build a life with. Just do
man
that.
has to ask for one.
Because everybody you have sex with, you don't feel that way about.
Oh, so we just
you're just doing your thing.
And how does that help you actually get to a husband? See,
Kevin, where are you located
again?
The
mindset.
Kevin, they're just having fun. Understand, they're just having fun. They're not doing anything.
Well,
please understand what hot girl summer is, because I don't think
I get you this one, Gunny, but so women can't have it both ways. They can't be out here doing what it is they want to do and then say, okay, now I'm ready to get married, and then dudes are like, well, wait a minute, you had a bunch of guys, and now you're looking at me for marriage, and dudes are like,
you rather her wait until y'all marry and
you
rather her wait until y'all marry and try
to wait till like
get it in then? What do you prefer?
Hey, Kev, I got slight pushback.
No, Jay, it's not something that you have to get out of your system.
Mild pushback.
Go ahead.
They want
for men or for women?
Scam? What's pushback, Scam? Go ahead.
For either or, for men or women. It's not something that you
likely
put yourself in a situation where you're going to be harmed. It's not.
Y'all make a mess out of a panel now. Like, listen now, I seen a lot of panels. Y'all chill out a little bit. Like, you can't even hear each other. Damn.
Scam, you had a question?
Hold on. I'm gonna orchestrate it now, because I tried to leave for 2 seconds, and y'all motherfuckers in here acting like toddlers. So I guess I gotta stay here. Go ahead, Scam.
I'm innocent. Now I was gonna say this, and I hear this across the crustosphere and then in real life and all over the place. Here's the deal: most of the people that you see were not prepared for marriage. They just weren't. I grew up in a two-parent household and all this stuff. I wasn't fully prepared for marriage. So, and I grew up in a nice black community and everything. There was a whole bunch of marriages. Most of them didn't prepare the next generation for marriage. Somewhere, somebody got burnt. Like, I see a lot of people who got sold the dream, men and women. They said, my brother, go to college, and when you got that piece of paper in your hand, the women are going to come out the sky and marry you, my brother. And it was a lie. There's people on the crust panels that never got over that. They were told that they just had to get a job and do this and protect and provide and all them talking points, and they were a lie. So they're mad at trying to beat up the women all over the panels and even out in the streets. The women were told that just do what you do, be strong, independent, whatever it is. Get your degree, and the man's going to come out the sky. The pastor told them the same thing, and it was a lie. They didn't tell them the very things that, like, even in when you see me roasting them other panels, all the men talk about is protecting and providing. Women ain't screaming for no protection. And even with this, get the bag and get the money. So you tell a dude who's 20, go chase money for 10 years. And then he's 30, got no relationship skills. Been chasing money his whole, know nothing about a marriage. And if he's not chasing women for marriage, what women has he been dealing with for the last 10 years? Out of control women. Then you see him on the panel yelling, come on, they all 304s, they all want the money. Then they come into these spaces and they hear the same stuff going back and forth and back and forth. And most of it doesn't even make any sense. And it's going to get worse and worse and worse and worse. We're going to be, I'm not. I'm going to eventually find a spouse to get the hell up out of here. But they're going to be on, man, they won't protect and provide. Another 70-year-old person been on the panels 30 years. These men ain't nothing. That's what it's going to be.
We know why we're single. Why are you single? Just tell us.
What are you looking to hear? Better question is, what is it exactly that you're looking to hear?
What's the answer?
This seems like a targeted question.
You're the one talking. What's the answer?
The answer. Because I don't have a spouse.
He just did the same thing that we accused the women of doing.
And what is that? And what is that?
Trying to figure out
she asked you a direct question. Why are you single?
Okay, that's why I asked somebody, why are you unemployed? Because they don't have a job.
No.
What is that you really want to know?
What are your qualifications?
So I'll answer the question then. So if someone were to ask me, why am I single? I am single because I haven't found the right person. I am single because I can't find someone to match my energy. I am single because I've been working on myself for the last 10 years and maybe I'm not ready for a relationship. I'm single because blah, 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 blah. But I'm single because I'm single. That's what we accuse women of doing.
But kinda. But I think Scam's question back to sis, I think was actually a good question, because what's the intention? Yeah, he said, I forget exactly what he said, but it sounded like he was like, what's the intention of the question? Like, what are you actually searching for? Are we saying you single two niggas shut? Wait, let me finish. So, y'all don't listen. Y'all niggas ain't that tough.
Like I said, I'm searching for his answer.
So what happens is people will ask a question like, nigga, you single too, shut the fuck up, or they might actually want the answer. We know that happens. So when he asked his question back, that's kind of what he was trying to clarify. I felt like, but Scam, they want to know, because you 42, right? And you understand the issues, but I also didn't hear a solution when you uncovered all the issues. So they want to understand, why are you still outside when you understand all the issues that we have in our community?
First of all, there is no community. This is people do what they want to do.
Sure.
But if I didn't have solutions, then that would mean I wouldn't qualify for marriage or nothing. And if I got some solutions, that would mean I'm probably been on the other side, not knowing nothing, and now I may know something, which means I'm learning and doing the things to prepare myself to actually go find a spouse, best qualified candidate.
Mm-hmm.
But most people don't even identify the problem to begin with.
That's true.
They just inflate and pour gasoline on the problem. For example, and then I'll pass the mic.
No, go ahead.
All the protect and provide garbage. None of these spaces, still haven't found one that actually talks about relationship skills. Putting a man and a woman in the same place within 2 meters of each other and them actually working together. That's communication. That's conversation. That's expectations. That's actual love. All this other stuff. Because let's be real. People who are married are not all these high value general wealth building people. That's 2, 3, 4% of the people.
Mm-hmm.
Married people going to 1 and 2 bedroom apartments in any city that y'all can think of, getting in the back of Honda Accords or car seat in the back. All this unrealistic stuff, that's not reality.
Mm-hmm.
Go in your own city and go look around. That's not who's married. And they're staying together, a lot of them.
But I think the reality of it is
characters on YouTube that don't exist.
Let them finish.
No, I was just gonna say, men lack emotional intelligence, men lack leadership, men lack awareness, men lack adaptability, men lack confidence and general communication skills. They're bleeding to death. It's bad. The women, emotional intelligence, they're lacking, or either emotional care. Fitness, actually both sides, lacking.
Mm-hmm.
Care, selflessness, they're just lacking. And I don't see a whole groups of people working on these things. I actually see people getting worse.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Okay. That was good. I mean, that I feel like that's an answer. I think it was not terrible. Be love with the $5 super chat. Scam likely. Scam, you want to read this one?
We love $4.99. Scam likely. Something about you bothers me. You seem cool, but don't know how to be serious for 2 seconds. You're so sexy, and you're just distracting me so much.
She didn't say that.
oh, I'm sorry. I read it wrong.
And then one more scam. Go ahead.
Get Scam out of here. I'm here to stay.
Yo, Will, you know the kickoff is $20. You know that. Shut up. What up, Will?
Shit like that.
Scam likely off the panel is $20, but right now we're having a sale. If you send another 5 right now.
So Scam, you listed a lot of issues and problems. Okay, and that's fine. So the people who are dealing with that on both the men and women's side, I would just leave those people alone. That's literally the exact type of people you're supposed to avoid. And you certainly should not be given. Like you.
What do you mean the people who are dealing with it? What do you mean?
People, okay, you listed a lot of problems. You said lack of emotional intelligence, lack of a whole bunch of other stuff that makes them qualified as husbands and wives, and good relationship partners, all that other stuff. Occam's razor, right? The simplest solution is the easiest. Avoid them all together. Let them work on themselves and engage to the extent that they get themselves ready. That's neither here nor there. That's not your problem. It's not a woman's issue or problem to get a man together to get him to husband and fatherhood, and it's not, and then vice versa. It's not our issue either to get a woman to wifehood.
I've been booted. I was trying to give the man I've been booted. I was trying to give him a discount. Y'all have a good night.
Yeah, okay.
For Illuminati for life.
Hey, Scam, man. Yo, can you leave your email in the back chat?
Sure. I'll put my ID up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, put your ID up
there. I was giving solutions. That's probably why he booted me.
Thanks. Yeah, Scam, leave me your IG, bro. I'm gonna just put you in the back chat. Somebody, there has been a night where people have been paying back and forth to bring people back up.
Is that a permanent boot or is it 20 minutes? How's it work?
Yeah, well, it's a 20-minute, and then but if somebody pays the 20, you come right back up. We had a war one night. Who was getting kicked off that day? Rock got kicked off 10 times. Somebody brought him back 10 times. So
I can make y'all some money.
But isn't that the easiest solution, just to avoid those people that are problematic? Matter of fact, that's literally the answer. The answer, because if you're a problematic person, man or woman, then people aren't dealing with you. Now you have to fix yourself. So this thing about this guy isn't ready or the women aren't ready, don't deal with them. The guys that I could teach, coach, mentor, and counsel, my focus, because I talk to young men, is women who are problematic, leave them alone. They got to figure that stuff out on their own. And the other thing too is we got to get away from.
Well, hold on, Mr. Cat. You want to let like that initial point though, right? If you got another point, cool. But does anybody want to address that point? I feel like that's much easier said than done, because people ain't walking around with a sign on their head like, yo, I'm selfish as shit. And then oftentimes you'll come through and it'll be a representative. And then you learn, and then we leave with love, and then love happens, then you don't want to leave, then you get in a situation. And then motherfuckers like Jada Pink can call it an entanglement, right? Well, we probably need to leave with like purpose and things that are more tangible, but love often leads the way, which is righteous, but love is dangerous, right? Because love is often synonymous with insanity. What would you do for a person you love, like your kids and shit like that? So, well, go ahead.
I can agree to that, but don't you see the problems developing? And at some point, you're like, look, this is not for me. And the only reason I said it is because I was in a relationship myself, and within 3 months, I was done with it because I saw the problems developing. I was done.
Well, we get blinded by beauty too, men, right?
Yeah,
so
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, when she pretty, we let her get away with more shit.
But and I'll even add that she was very attractive, right? Still, even with all of that, I was done because the problems just were too much. And I'm like, look, I'm not. It's not my job to get all of this stuff fixed that you got going on.
Yeah, you're right, and I think
you can come back to me if I'm ready, if I'm available. If you get it all squared away,
when you fix yourself.
But now,
but one of the scam's other points was men have these insecurities too, because so many men. What's the stat I put on, Asia? It's like 30% of men, like was it under 30, haven't had sex in a year. So when men get a woman that he thinks is attractive, he doesn't think he has that many opportunities, right? Because we do carry around some baggage with us as well. So I just think it's like Mike Tyson said, everybody got a plan until you get punched in your shit, right? And then that jab cross, you can't see straight. Now it's a cross jab uppercut, but you didn't practice that. So I just, and that's a bad combination. That's why I put those together. You know what I'm saying? So, Mike Brown with the $5 super chat. It's the voices, nigga. I think he's talking about
put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here.
Mr. Cat, what was your second point? Unless anybody else wanted to address that, I just listening. So,
yeah, I want to respond.
They're getting tired. Go ahead.
Kevin, I understand your sentiment, and I think that you're making a good point. But speaking personally, I think that a lot of times when it comes to dating and in relationships, I, as an individual, will sometimes blur the lines between trying to vet someone and, well, not even vet. Once we're in a relationship, in the relationship stage, just trying to discern the difference between this is something that I should be fighting for and this is something that I should let go. Like, is this where we do the work and I'm unpeeling layers about you and I'm learning more about you and I don't love all of it, so do I just up and bounce because I don't like everything that I see? Or do I stay and we work through things and yada, yada, yada? So it's a difficult balancing act, but it's not it's not unique. It's not novel. I mean, everybody goes through the same shit when you're dating and when you're getting to know people, when you're in relationships and encounters. So to say very, definitively to just stay away from those people, it's just not easy. Stay away from society, then stay away from humanity. It's just not realistic to do. You have to go through the motions to get to know and see who people are, and then make decisions based on what you've witnessed.
Okay, so what would be a reasonable timeline that you go, look, this is not going to be what I thought it was. We are not going to move forward in this relationship.
If I'm in a relationship,
yeah.
At this point in my life, I would probably say about a year. When I was younger, when I was in my 20s and I thought I was going to marry the man I was dating, it was 5 years.
Okay. All right. I would trim that down a bit. I would go a year, if you're older, a year and a half, maybe, and then 2 years if you're younger.
Well, I appreciate your advice.
I would just trim that down.
I think it has a lot to do with.
And that's not necessarily you. I'll just trim that down. I don't. Does it take 5 years to get to know?
No, it doesn't. But I was in my 20s, and again, I was seeking marriage, and I thought I was going to marry this man, and I thought that we had to go through the motions of getting to know one another and building life with one another, and getting past the representative. And people make mistakes, and you break up, and you get back together, and there's forgiveness, and there's love, and yada yada yada. So for me, it took me 5 years.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna get Tay. Tay has something. Go ahead, Tay.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say I think it has a lot to do with the discernment and your emotional intelligence. It seems like, Mr. Kevin, you had a lot of that. So 3 months and you were like, all right, now I'm done. But some people don't know their boundaries or what they're willing to put up with, especially when you're maybe not that far in the dating to come to a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody doesn't make the cut. So I think it depends on where you are with your emotional intelligence personally.
Yeah. Tay, you think it's discernment more than like emotional intelligence? You think like we just can't quite identify stuff? I feel like,
I think, like I said, I think it's person based, because like you can have a certain connection with a person that you've just met, and then y'all feel like y'all known each other forever, or you know what I mean? Or you could just kind of be talking to somebody, you're just not feeling it, like they're not giving you, nothing. You know what I mean? So that's what I mean in terms of like discernment. You should know yourself.
Tay, do you think women get blinded like men do by like handsome or attractive, however you would say it? Like, because a man will stick it out with a woman because she pretty, and he don't know.
Like, you mean like letting them slide like on stuff? Like
yeah,
that?
or maybe like pipe, if he piping you, like, does that help?
Well, I'm gonna speak for me. Like, yes, a man has gotten away with some things.
No, speak for all these heifers. I believe you.
No, I can't. I'm gonna speak for me because I don't know what's going on. I can't speak on their vaginas. I can only speak on mine. But no, but honestly, yeah, I think it has a lot to do with it. Maybe men more so because y'all value the way we look a little bit more. But I think women are more forgiving sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, if he make a lot of money or whatever.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's got to be something else. Yeah.
But what's equivalent to her beauty? Is it the money, you think, more so than his looks?
I mean, I think we talked about that on a previous podcast. It has a lot to do with like what the guy's working with overall. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah.
Okay.
It's overall.
Oh yeah, you're right, Tay, because you said that nigga from McDonald's will never come to your house. I remember. You're right.
I did not say that. I said I would date him. I ain't giving nobody my address. Don't nobody get my address. So yeah, you're right.
He could be the general manager, right, Tay?
Now we meeting somewhere still. I don't give a damn. He could own it. Okay, you're not coming to my house. Not if we just dating.
Oh man. Anybody have anything else for me?
Well, the other thing is, why is there? Well, we weren't taught this, we weren't taught that. So look, at some point, once you become an adult, then whatever you were taught or not taught by your parents, you're gonna have to take charge of that and learn it for yourself. Because we can't use that as an excuse. And one of the reasons I say that is that I know as a fact that men, we don't get that excuse, especially black men. We don't get that excuse. Well, I'm 25 years old. Nobody taught me actually how to be a man. Nobody's gonna sit there and listen to that.
Are you speaking to what Sam Likely said?
Yeah, but I've heard this generally also in multiple discussions, and I've heard it generally. So one of the reasons it kind of links toward black people mostly is because there's always, well, I didn't grow up with a father, so I didn't get taught this. We didn't have the 2-parent homes, I didn't get taught this. Okay, so whatever you got or did not get taught, it's immaterial once you become an adult. You're going to have to get to it and get on it, and then get that information yourself and become that productive adult that's going to be, good for, being a good citizen, contributing to society, and then actually being a husband or father or wife and mother. Like,
Kevin,
you got to get that.
Mr. Kevin, where do they get that information from, though?
So if you didn't get a mentor, now you got to find one. Somebody that you actually trust. Look, so there's people that generally somebody trusts in life. Women trust other women who are successful and doing it right or doing it the way they would like to see it done. And then men trust other men who they see who they're looking at that guy as an example, going, you know what? I didn't have this, but you know what, Mr. Kevin, I see you. I see what you're doing. I see you talk about marriage and relationships and things about life and this, that, and the third. What do you recommend? What do you suggest?
Yeah.
And if that person's willing to do it, now I'm not doing work for anybody, but I got free advice all day long. And if you're doing most of the work, then I'm willing to give you the pointers along the way, because that's what a mentor does. Yes.
Yeah.
I was just asking because if they don't know to ask anyone, or they've never been in situations where they haven't trusted anyone to ask the question, or they don't have a group of men around them to even initiate the question, how are they supposed to know to ask?
How are they supposed to know?
Yeah.
You got to find it at some point. You're going to have to take account for what you got going on. We got to put it back on the person to actually go out and look for the help themselves.
My point is,
thing that I don't know or I can't.
It's based off experiences. You don't just pop up in the morning and say, "Oh, I gotta ask how to balance my checkbook," if it's never been taught to you. You don't wake up with that question.
He's saying
you don't know your life is not going in the direction you don't want it to go. Your life is not where it needs to be, and even if you don't know how to get there, even if you gotta hire somebody, like there's multiple ways to get there. I mean,
all I'm saying is you don't know what you don't know. And until you experience something where it dictates you or forces you, then you will know to ask the question.
Well, not being successful forces you to actually find answers, doesn't it?
There are some people that
you're 23 years old, you're unsuccessful, and you're a loser. Now you got to find some answers.
There are some people that live on the street and are okay with
I'm not giving you an out. I'm not giving you an out. I'm not going to give you an out on this. I'm not going to give you an out.
Let me clarify it real quick, right? So the reason is, you don't know what you don't know, right? The checkbook, somebody will have to teach you. However, the issues that we have, we acknowledge them and then we excuse them. I.e., the reason why, and I'm just going to use women. The reason why we have to be so masculine is X, Y, and Z. However, we identified the problem, right? You're talking about stuff that we don't understand. We know we have these issues, but we continue to perpetuate and live in them. Why? I think those are the problems that we need to remedy.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
I agree
I think those are the ones we're kind of talking about. So like, you know what I mean? Like black people, we're the most overweight people in the country. We know that. Let's do something about it. So it's a problem that we know exists, not necessarily something we just don't even understand.
So Miss Rowe. So you see a young man, he's 25 years old. He's basically essentially a bum in life. He's not going anywhere, no direction, no nothing. And are you going to give him, and he's fully able-bodied, he has mental capacity, full mental capacity. You're going to give him an excuse for being essentially a bum at age 25? You're going to let him off on that? Because he didn't get it when he was an adult. He didn't get it at 17 and earlier.
I didn't say that, but I will use a real life example. I have a 47-year-old friend who has not lived a life. He's lived a very sheltered life, and he does. And again, I think Ham said this before. I believe he's on the spectrum, and so there are some things that he just doesn't know. He does not understand. He does not have emotional intelligence to understand certain things. There are people that just don't know and don't get it. And so therefore, I can, as his friend, tell him 1,000 things over and over again. That does not mean that he's going to grasp what I'm saying to him. It's going to take him to be in something to experience it. Yeah. So you don't make excuses, but he also never had anybody, including his parents, not hold him accountable.
Yeah, some people got to put their hand on the stove, bro. You're right. Also, that
Okay.
motherfucker, but you didn't tell everybody he can do a Rubik's Cube with his eyes closed too. Motherfuckers like that ain't, you know what I'm saying? Him being on that spectrum, there's pros and cons to everything, man.
Listen, what you just described, Miss Rose, was actually an exception and not the. I would say that's an exception and not the rule because that doesn't account for the majority of the population. I remember I said the conditions were able-bodied, full mental capacity, no excuses, but you're sitting here as a loser at 25. How? And I'm focusing this on the men. I don't want to get the women riled up, because I'm telling you, men don't get that excuse. We don't get an out at all. We don't get any latitude. And not only, and I'm not even sure I want it. I'm not even sure I would want it. I'm going to sit there and be 25 and be a loser and not have any direction for my life whatsoever, and use the excuse, well, I didn't get it coming up. Nobody's going to accept that.
Yeah. Word. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. And this has been an awesome panel. Shout out to Mr. Kev, Scam Likely, Gunny, Jay Wells. We got Unlikely up here. I'm gonna have a good time clipping that up right there. It was an awesome debate. And the ladies were amazing as always. I do have one more thing. I just gotta see. Tay, where's that Neutrogena pad that you had? Wipe all that makeup off your face. I want to see. Goddamn it.
I don't have no makeup, y'all.
Love, where's yours at? Let me see. Get the wipe in it. Don't turn the camera off neither.
Let me take my glasses off.
Look at sis smiling like motherfucker. Sis, go get.
I got me wiping off my moisturization though. I'm gonna have to
let
put
me
this back
see.
on.
Let me see.
Hey, so,
Dana, get the wiping.
Hey, you guys have some questions.
Cat, hold on, Cat. This is serious. Ro, get the wiping.
I'll take off my lipstick, and that's the only thing I got on.
Nate, wipe harder than that. God damn it. Sis, let me see. Sis, let me see.
We told you there's nothing there.
I'm cute in real life, Cam. Don't play me.
I don't have any on.
Slap yourself, sis. Let me see. Slap yourself. Let me see if anything come off.
We are all gorgeous. We have no makeup on.
Do that close up.
Now, Ro don't
want cocoa butter, shea butter, and Vaseline.
Okay, and bedroom candy products.
Get the wiping. Get the wiping, Ro.
Okay,
Hey,
I can't see y'all. Hold on.
Hey, Nate, put that goddamn shawl back on. Hell wrong with you?
Really? The moral police, the fashion police are out tonight, man. Midnight.
He and Big Little Brother come older.
You didn't get a siren?
He and Big Little Brother status. Okay.
And she put it back on.
Damn right she put it back on. I ain't playing with her.
Listen, sis, I gotta listen, right? That's how you gotta be.
Damn right. You see, sis got in trouble earlier. You see when she unmuted to talk back trash to me, her lip was quivering. She know what time it is.
Because I don't got an older brother, so he gonna be my big brother.
You already know.
I be yelling at all y'all. I be yelling at Dana when I see her out. Y'all don't want to hear none of that shit. Age, all of
y'all. Probably run you him. Since you run him, she tell you what to do. You listen.
She know. Hey man, yeah. Okay, so everybody got their makeup off, man. Shout out to y'all, man.
Shit like that. Shit like that.
That's what's up, man. Everybody looks amazing. Once again, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. Shout out to Unlikely with the $10 super chat. Obviously, they are all beautiful.
Obviously.
Don't do him, Hamp. Don't do him. That's my friend.
Oh man, that's that Trenton education, man. Good gracious. Word. Listen, I don't really fuck with Jerry Springer, but I do like one of his constructs. Now I'm gonna bring Scam up for this. It's only right. He's been a good sport. All right. Once again, we're gonna do final thoughts. Ro.
Ladies, enjoy your hot girl summers, your experiences, because you only get one life.
Word. Unless you Hindu, right? You come back.
I don't know nothing about that. I'm a Baptist.
Sis.
Well,
like Rose said, have your fun, but be safe, especially when you're younger. Know who you're going with, know what you got to do when you get there. Just protect yourself.
Word. Tay?
Take care of yourself. That hot girl summer shit is dead. Y'all need to be taking care of yourself and just, keep that pH balanced.
Word. Scam?
So I was muted. Practice for the game that you want to play. If you want to be a wife, practice being one. Learn how to be one. If you want to be a 304, go hot girl summer, because that's actually a whole practice. But I don't see a reality where you just go do one thing and then be a professional at another. That's men and women. Go to the gym. Take care of your physical health. Take care of your mental health. Work on your attitude, your communication, your confidence, and the other stuff that you know you need to work on. Look in the mirror and decide if that's the person that you want to be. If you want to be a better person, be a better person. If you want to dust, you're welcome to come on the panels and I'm going to come troll you. That's just how it works. So I'm pretty good at what I do. I'll leave it at that.
Word. Gunny?
Hey, shout out to the ladies. Shout out to the panel. The hot girl summer thing. It's just like Tay said. It's a no-go. It's going to lead you down a path of destruction. Hope to have a good conversation with you guys soon. And shout out to Kevin Gates. We had a great conversation.
Word. Mr. Kev?
Okay, so the question on the floor was hot girl summer, and we kind of decided, well, at least the men said it's pretty unproductive, but if you're going to do that, then temper it, because you can't extend it out, because if you do, it's going to cost you on the back end. And that goes for the men as well. And then, of course, the men are supposed to be actually developing themselves, personal improvement, self-development, and getting themselves to husband and fatherhood. So that way, when you link up with the right woman, then it all works out the way it's supposed to. But, life is all about choices and trade-offs. So make your decisions, and then however it turns out, be happy with that decision.
Word. Dana?
Well, this was a beautiful discussion tonight. Shout out to all of the very special guests. Ladies, live your life. Do the best that you can with what you got. Do whatever makes you happy. People are going to talk about you to the day you die. If you ain't a hoe, then you're not a hoe. If you're doing things that make you happy and you're honest with yourself and you're behaving in a way that you feel is conducive to being a productive and responsible person, then fuck what everybody else says and live your best life and have a great summer.
Word. Ms. Nay?
Live your life, whether it's a hot girl summer or not. Live your life. The best experiences are do whatever you've learned in life and walk in your truth. If you want to have a hot girl summer, have a hot girl summer. But you're not going to be able to learn from that experience until you go through life. So live your best life and do what you want to do.
Word. Love?
Great conversation. YOLO. Because I'm going to do bald-headed hoe-ish all summer long, safely.
Word. Yeah, I disagree basically with all the ladies said for the most part. I think we are so selfish now. And we lean on what happens in today's age. However, you guys got to realize people have been married longer than they haven't been. That's fairly new construct to get married later in life. So just take that into consideration. But maybe if we focus on other things, maybe that'll help us improve our behaviors, men and women. Like what's embarrassing, what's unbecoming, what's not chivalrous, things of that nature. So hopefully I can instill in my daughters, don't do anything to embarrass your family, right? Maybe outside of us, maybe that'll influence people to do better, be better, operate, in a different construct or confine, because this shit is too much. But shout out to all the opinions. I appreciate y'all. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend, and we out.